You're in Braves country. You're in Braves country.
like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and flat out deceived.
Why did you get so drunk?
You got drunk. I'm just really exhausted.
What's in that cup?
Rum Cokes.
Do you have any idea how important this is? You're trying to save the pub ball. Really? This is what you're doing? This is what you're doing?
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing, Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win. And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes, and the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball.
Parks one into right, down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry,
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam, ding-dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead.
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark, and it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary, and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season, and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Swung line drive left field. 1 run is in. Here comes Freed. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
you're in Braves country.
If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to 1 strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first, and here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate.
Please remain standing. We call your attention to our bands here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem. this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Keep playing like this, we'll be the laughing stock of the league.
All right, boys, let's get back to basics. This is a baseball. The object of the game is to keep the baseball within the confines of the...
You're in Braves country.
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live as the Braves are on the road, and we're set to bring you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. Here's your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off and playing left field, it's Alex Verdugo. 7 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .267. Batting second, playing third, Austin Riley. 8 home runs, 25 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .291. Batting third, the designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna. 5 home runs, 13 RBI, a .269 average. Matt Olson batting cleanup, playing first. 6 home runs, 20 RBI, batting .222. Batting fifth, playing second, Ozzie Albies. 5 home runs, 15 RBI, batting .225, 5 stolen bases. Sean Murphy batting sixth and behind home plate. He's got 7 home runs, 14 RBI, a .217 average. Batting seventh and patrolling center field for your Atlanta Braves, it's Michael Harris II. 3 home runs, 23 RBI, 7 stolen bases, batting .226. Batting eighth in right field, it's the Book of Eli. A .301 average, 2 home runs, 9 RBI, 3 stolen bases. And Nick Allen is at short and batting ninth. A .260 average, 7 RBI, 5 stolen bases. On the mound for your Atlanta Braves, it's A.J. Smith-Shawver. He's 2-2 with a 3.00 ERA. 1.37 whip, 27 innings, 27 strikeouts. 24 hits allowed, 13 walks, 3 home runs served. He'll be going head-to-head with the southpaw, Andrew Heaney, who's 2-3 with the 3.18 ERA. 111 whip, 39 innings, 34 strikeouts versus 31 hits, 13 walks, and 4 home runs served. Leading off for the Pittsburgh Pirates in the bottom of the first inning, it's O'Neal Cruz in center field. 8 home runs, 18 RBI, 15 stolen bases, batting .246. Batting second, playing right, Brian Reynolds. 5 home runs, 19 RBI, 3 stolen bases, batting .221. Batting third, the designated hitter, Andrew McCutchen. He's batting .259 on the year with 3 home runs, 13 RBI, 1 stolen base. Joey Bart is behind home plate and batting cleanup. 1 home run, 7 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .255. Brian Hayes, batting fifth, playing third. A .248 average with 1 home run, 14 RBI, 3 stolen bases. Gorski is at first and batting sixth. 1 home run, 1 RBI, batting .182. Frazier is batting seventh and playing second. He has 2 home runs, 10 RBI, 3 stolen bases, batting .222. Canario is in left field and batting eighth. 2 home runs, 3 RBI, 136 average. And Triolo is batting ninth and playing short. He has a 150 average with 1 home run, 2 RBIs, 2 stolen bases. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate today, it's Clint Vodendrick. Your first base umpire, Tony Randazzo. Second base is manned by Jacob Metz. And down the third base line, it's Dan Bellino. Game time temperatures today in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at PNC Park are expected to be in the mid-70s at first pitch, around 74 degrees. The wind is blowing straight out to center at 7 miles an hour. Your Atlanta Braves are minus 150 on the money line. The over-under is 9.5. Our pick to click today, not a large sample size for many of the batters of the Braves, We're going to go against the grain and take the left-handed bat of Matt Olson versus the southpaw. He's 5 for 17 lifetime. Should be noted, Riley, Ozuna, and Allen are all 1 for 2. Nobody has gone yard against Heaney. Keys to the game today, we want to see the A.J. Smith-Shawver that we've seen the last couple of outings. Hitting the strike zone, snapping that split, getting the Ks, leaving the ball in the yard. It's a little odd, to say the least, that Eli White, who is batting .301, is batting 8th in this lineup against a southpaw. You would think he would be much higher in the lineup. Higher than Ozzie, higher than Smurf, higher than Harris. Here's hoping the bottom of the order can click and roll the lineup over, put them in good position for the heart of the Atlanta Braves order. We'll take your Atlanta Braves to put a few on the board. With the wind blowing out, give me your Atlanta Braves to win this one 6-3. Put your click in the chat, slap that like, and let's get ready, Braves Country. We'd like to thank everybody for choosing Braves Country Radio, and a special thanks to all the country club members. Please like on your way in and subscribe, set those alerts, and share Braves Country Radio to help build the crowd so we can continue to bring you the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves Baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day superstation is in its 5th season of bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 170 Atlanta Braves ball games. Please like and subscribe today. Join the Country Club. Thank you to all the Country Club members. You help support Braves Country Radio.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Braves Country.
Although edited, tonight's thriller contains suspense and violence which may be unsuitable. Parental discretion is advised.
Let's see who we got in the chat today. Sunny day in Pittsburgh. Braves looking to even up this series, and that would bring us to 1 game under 500 once again. And that would bring Chris Sale to the mound tomorrow to get to 500. So, you got to believe, right? You got to believe. All right, who do we have here in the chat today? Let me get this sucker fired up. Good to see you, Jameson. Nathaniel Brooks in the house. Says Nathaniel Brooks, new member, so let's go ahead and pop that. CT Chris Townsend in the house. Uncle Charlie Fritz. I see Colby Covers. Colby, what bet you like today? I'm assuming that's what the Colby Cover stands for. John. B.A. Baracus. Brian Andrews. Hillian. All up in the house. says Eli White will click today. Man, if they would put him up higher in the freaking lineup, I would pick him. It's absurd that he's 8th against a left-hander. I mean, come on. I get it when you're talking about who's done it longer, but we've got guys in the lineup who are barely hitting above the Mendoza line, hitting in front of Eli, and you got a lefty in. This is the perfect opportunity to either put him at leadoff, which is where I would slap him at. I'd move everyone down, to be honest with you. I'd put Eli at first, leading off, and then give me Doogie to Riley to Ozuna and so on and so forth, and you'd have a perfect lineup, in my opinion. If you really wanted to get crafty, you could put Nick Allen up there at the top, and then Eli, and then you could slide everybody down. I don't know if I'd have Mike batting all the way down in 9th, but I wouldn't mind seeing Smurf down there. Since that original coming up from the minors off his IL stint, he really hasn't done a whole hell of a lot. Good to see you, Edward Spry. Stargazer, David McCumber. Who else do we have in here in an early afternoon affair? I know folks will probably be wandering in here on a Saturday afternoon, usually a little later than normal. Gary the Real McCoy, Southern guy. Oswaldo Perez. I'm assuming Joyce down in Mexico is in here somewhere too. I haven't come across her yet, but I'm sure she's in here or on the way. Murtis Blanco. I think that's everybody. Robert, there we go. He was playing Xbox. Well, I hope you were playing with the Braves MLB The Show. I tell you, it's a pretty day in Pittsburgh. There is not hardly a cloud in the sky. So you'll probably get some bad shadows in the middle of this game. The way Pittsburgh Stadium usually plays, those shadows creep across, we'll say 6th inning, maybe 7th. So we need to get on the stick and early to make sure we get this win. I don't want to see this nonsense. We're fighting the shadows in the 8th inning, trailing by 3. Let's get on them early. That's the big advantage you have when you're on the road. All right, we'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. Let's get it. I'm ready for a big offensive explosion. I don't know about y'all. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. Perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom. Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. It helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
Adventures in Time and Space.
We offer you
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball. No more measles and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves Country.
This is a reminder, disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
All right, Braves Country. The Pittsburgh Pirates are wearing their home black jerseys with Pittsburgh across the chest in black, outlined in yellow numerals, yellow piping on the sleeves and on the collar, white pants, red stripe down the side. Your Atlanta Braves set to take on these Pirates are wearing their classic road grays. Atlanta across the chest in red, tomahawk underneath, outlined in navy, yellow striping throughout the handle and the axe head itself, or tomahawk head, I guess I should say. Numerals on the back in red, outlined in navy, names in navy on the back. Navy ball cap and the white A representing the city of Atlanta. And we're just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Game 2 of a 3-game series. Go ahead and hit up some news and notes while we're waiting for the game to begin. Things going on in the world of Braves Country and Major League Baseball. By the way, Luke Williams stole his 7th base last night as a Brave without being caught. That ties him with George Lombard as the second most steals in Atlanta history without a caught stealing. Lane Adams is the leader with 11. Got the Mets going tonight. They're playing a little later against the Cubs. Clay Holmes is off to a good start, is on the bump. There was an interesting argument, and I think it's a ridiculous argument, but MLB Network put it up there, so you might as well. Talking about if Aaron Judge is a Yankee legend already because he's off to such a hot start. If you haven't paid attention to his hot start, .396 batting average. The closest person to him is 42 points behind him, and Jacob Wilson. And they were comparing him to Ruth and Gehrig. I'm sorry, you can't put the man on a list until he gets multiple championships as a Yankee. That's just their standard. It is what it is. This isn't a normal MLB or sports franchise, you cannot put Aaron Judge on any kind of list until he gets that first championship. We're just about ready for first pitch. Alex Verdugo will dig in from the left side in the first pitch on the way to Verdugo is right down the middle for a strike. It's 0-1. Lefty-lefty matchup. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Pitch is banged on the ground over towards first. It's going to be flipped to the pitcher, Heaney, covering the bag. And I'll be honest with you, that was a close play. Good hustle by Verdugo, but it will be a 1-3 put out in your scorecard. First pitch on the way to Austin Riley is a curveball on the outer edge. Slow curve. It's 0-1. Lefty, righty. The 0-1 pitch. Swing! That ball popped up high in the sky. Easy catch over there in left field by Canario, 2 down. So Braves already have recorded 2 outs, have seen only 4 pitches. That's not what you want from the top of your order. Left to right in the outfield for the Pittsburgh Pirates, it's Canario to Cruz to Reynolds around the horn from third to first. It's Hayes, Triolo, Frazier, and Gorski. Bart is behind the plate just like it was yesterday. No changes in the lineup for the Pirates. Guess they figure it worked for a win. Might as well run it back. First pitch on the way to Marcell Ozuna is a 4-seam fastball. Right inside, misses for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing. Lifts it high into right center field. Going back on the track. It's going to be off the glove of the right fielder Reynolds, and Marcell Ozuna will cruise into second with a 2-out double. He gave that baby a ride. It almost left the building. I think he thought it was leaving at first. He started doing that skip that he normally does and realizes he better get on his horse. Reynolds will probably tell you he should have had the catch it there at the wall. But that was a tough play. That'll bring Matt Olson to the plate. Olson takes the first pitch, 92-mile-an-hour sinker right down the pipe. It's 0-1. Lefty-lefty matchup. The infield is back and to the right, playing Olson a pull. So a huge hole down the line. The 0-1. Sinker inside, 1-1. If he can punch it down that third base line, we'll get a run. There's nobody over there. Third baseman Hayes is really playing more in shortstop position. The 1-1. Curveball misses inside. Ball 2, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Braves trying to get on the board early. Give A.J. Smith-Shawver something to work with. The 2-1 swing and fouls it back. 2-2. Runner at second, 2 outs. If you're just joining us, Marcell Ozuna with the 2-out double. They did give him a hit for that, by the way. That was going to be an incredibly difficult catch if he made that catch. The 2-2. Ooh, slider misses just below the knees. Good take by Olson. That had to be hard to hold off of. Heaney's had a couple of rough starts recently, so you want to try to jump on him early. Start second-guessing himself. That wind has really picked up. It's starting to whip out to left center field. My guess is 15 to 20 miles an hour. The payoff pitch. Swing! Chops it foul. Olson drives that towards left center. He might get that up in the jet stream and send that sucker towards Philly. So a full count. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the four-seam fastball, and that'll end the inning. Marcel got on with the double. We couldn't do anything with it. This sounds familiar. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Yo, how the police gonna pull me over for texting and driving? They be on a whole ass laptop in their front seat.
Hi, one herbal tea, please.
Which flavor?
Flavor, jasmine?
Sorry, I meant for the boba.
The little spheres of tapioca and sugar?
The tea comes with boba.
Well, it doesn't, because I see the tea right there and I see the boba over there. So why don't we just not combine them? Yeah? So I'll take the tea without the covert diabetes delivery mechanism, please.
The system won't let me do that.
Okay. Yeah, no, fine. One boba, please. We'll call it a mental health day treat. Self-care, right? Isn't that what people call it whenever they need an excuse to do whatever they want?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, of course you don't. Of course you don't. One chewy sugar tea, please.
All right. You can scan the code.
Why?
Because the code takes you to the app.
That's 2 apps today. Even though I'm already talking to the person that could just take my order right here, but I got to download an app, right? How about this? I have cash. You have tea. Why don't we just streamline things?
We don't take cash, though.
Yeah. How about cards? Take cards?
Yes.
Oh, great.
But there is a $10 minimum. There's no minimum on the app, though.
I got a short memory, just like when I was in the 3rd grade. 2 of the best years of my life.
Baseball, it's a level playing field. There's equality. All of the inequalities in American life, check their hat at the door. Once you're there, there's a sort of bleacher democracy that the banker can sit in the bleachers and converse with the working man next to him. Baseball exists under a kind of bell jar. It's impervious to change.
How many games are you going to win this year, Daffy?
Well, I'm going to win all I can, buddy.
How much is that, Dad?
Well, how many would you like to have me win?
Oh, about 45.
About 45. Well, I'll do the best I can. If I win 45, that isn't going to leave many for the other players to win, is it?
That's all right.
Well, I'll do the best I can anyway for you and the rest of the boys.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from A.J. Smith-Shawver. This is four-seam fastball, misses low. For a ball, it's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing fouls it back. O'Neal Cruz, the batter. 1-1. O'Neal Cruz leads the team with 8 home runs. You can't just lay it in there to this leadoff hitter. 1-1. Four-seam fastball right there for a strike. 1-2. 1-2. Caught looking, strike 3. Got him with the splitter. O'Neal does not like it. Can't say I blame him. 1 away. Might have been a touch below. But considering it's Clint Vondrick, it might be the best call he makes all day. One down. First pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball to Brian Reynolds. Misses low. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Brings it. 96 at the knees. 1-1. We saw Vondrick not too long ago, and rough day behind the plate, which is pretty much represents his rankings in Major League Baseball, bottom third as a home plate umpire. The 1-1 swing and a miss, curveball. It's 1-2. Good bend on that breaking pitch by Shawver. The 1-2 from Shawver. Tries to get him to chase the splitter outside, but it was well outside. 2-2. Braves nothing. Pirates nothing. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Went around on the splitter. That time he chased. 2 down. Shawver 2 strikeouts so far. His over-under today, if you're wondering, out in Vegas was 4.5. And on the plus side, what I mean by that, if you took the over, you're talking about like a plus 105, I believe it was, as opposed to your standard minus 110, minus 120 on a prop. First pitch swinging by McCutcheon. He'll give that one a ride. It'll stay in the park, but barely. Man, that wind is really kicking right now. We'll be back in a flash. Braves need to get some runs. That ball's a flying today.
Imagine running your mouth on social media, and then boom, I catch your ass at Walmart. Hashtag cleanup on aisle 3.
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
At all the calls I made on 4th down all those years, you know what my favorite 4th down call was? Punt. It was the most successful play we had.
Chuck Norris doesn't breathe air. He holds air hostage. Death once had a near Chuck experience. Chuck Norris can slam a revolving door.
How difficult is it to hit a baseball?
I don't think it's that difficult, simply because you only have to do it 3 out of 10 times, you go to the Hall of Fame. The first thing about hitting that is important is you have to be fearless. I mean, if you're scared of getting hit with the ball, forget about it. I look for a fastball every pitch. Now, if you're looking for a fastball and he throws you a slider, a curveball, a changeup, a forkball, a knuckleball, a palm ball, a spitball, a screwball, you're going to hit it. You can just adjust to it. Now, if you get a young kid that's going to swing at a high pitch occasionally or a low pitch occasionally, he's going to be very aggressive. Let him do it. Don't try to make him swing at strikes only. The important thing about being a hitter is being aggressive.
Chuck Norris's calendar goes straight from March 31st to April 2nd. No one fools Chuck Norris.
That's sort of a myth came around. Ruth couldn't handle himself. How could he handle other players? Well, that's nonsense. I mean, the man drank a lot and he raised hell and he caroused, but he was a major league player for 22 years. He must have taken care of himself pretty well. And could he have managed? Who knows? Some terrible people have become great managers. Some likely people were terrible managers. He certainly deserved the chance. He didn't get it.
Southpaw Heaney goes back to work. Ozzie Albies the batter. First pitch swinging. Curveball. Way out in front. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Comes set. Kicks and fires. Fastball. Sizzles it back foul. 1-1. Excuse me, 0-2. I think I accidentally said 1-1. The 0-2 count. Swing, lifts it into right field. Chase that one well out of the zone. Fly ball out, easy out. 1 down, top of the second. Same 2 teams back at it tomorrow. Happy early Mother's Day to all. Game comes on at 1:35 tomorrow. We'll jump on the air. We'll start the stream at about 1 o'clock. Sean Murphy, the batter. 1 down here in the top of the second. 0-0 your score. Here's the first pitch. Curveball swing, rips it down the left field line. That's going to get down where the green grass grows. Sean Murphy booking around first, headed to second, and it's a 1-out double for your Atlanta Braves. He must have been sitting on that curveball. He did not go way out in front of it like the rest of the folks, and he drilled it down there in the gap. Michael Harris, the second, your batter. Lefty-lefty matchup. Runner at second, 1 out. First pitch. Sinker in the dirt. 1-0. Harris batting .226 on the year with 3 homers, 23 ribbies, .594 OPS. The 1-0, 90 mile an hour sinker right down Main Street. It's 1-1. If you're wondering what you're going to look at for Heaney today in his repertoire, he's got a 5-pitch mix that he likes to go at. Is the 1-1. Just misses outside, I guess. 2-1. You see it on your screen to hit the side. 4-seam fastball 44% of the time. Changeup 20, slider 17%, sinker 10, and the curve 9. But we've seen the curve quite a bit already in this game. The 2-1 swing. That ball's lifted into right field. That's going to get over the head of Reynolds, and that's going to get down where the green grass grows. Your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-0 lead on an RBI double from Money Mike.
What they know about that?
God bless you, Mike. Keep your game tight.
Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle-dazzle.
Little razzle-dazzle indeed. That was a bullet over the head of Reynolds. He thought it was coming right at him, and it kept lifting. I don't think the wind had anything to do with that one, but the wind is whipping out to center field. First pitch on the way to the Book of Eli. Drops a curve in there. It's 0-1. So like I was saying with Heaney, they're saying that he throws the curveball only 10% of the time. That is his 7th curveball in 22 pitches, so maybe he's trying to change it up from his last couple of starts where he struggled. The 0-1 rips it over to third. Easy play for Hayes. He'll flip it over to first. It's a 5-3 put out, 2 away. Two down, and Nick Allen will come to the plate. I like Nick Allen at the plate, either leading off the inning or in a situation like this where a base hit gets a run, because you know he doesn't have a ton of power. First pitch on the way, 91 up top. He was in the zone. Did he call that a ball? Clint Vondrick doing Clint Vondrick things. It's 1-0. Wow, that is a bad call. I mean, historically bad. The 1-0. Slow curve on the outer edge. 1-1. We'll go ahead and change the screen with the speed of Harris standing at second. And 2 outs. The 1-1 count to Nick Allen. High and out of the zone. 91 miles an hour. 2-1. I'm still waiting for him to make the call on all these, though, because as bad as he's been so far, it's not going to shock me if that one that was up around Nick's eyeballs gets called for a strike. 2-1 count. Curveball bends well out of the zone. 3-1. He's known to pinch more than anything else, but the big thing is with Vondrick, he calls a really low zone. So up top you get pinched, down low, as we saw earlier on that splitter. He's been known to expand it. The 3-1 pops it up. Foul down the first base side. Just gets out of play. We'll call it the third row. Just past the first base dugout. Braves 1, Pirates nothing. Braves lost last night 3-2. Did not get the offense going till the 9th inning where they scored 2 and had the tying run on before the Pirates could secure the win. The payoff pitch to Allen. Heaney brings it. In the dirt, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. And the lineup will flip over. It is a left-hander in Verdugo. He gets one down in the gap with the speed of Allen. They'll both come racing home. Verdugo standing in from the left side, bit of an open stance facing the left-hander. First pitch on the way is a sinker right down the pipe for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Brings it. Swing, rips it over towards second. That's going to be an easy 4-3 put out. hit the ball right on the screws, but right into the teeth of the defense. We'll be back in a flash. The Braves have taken a 1-0 lead. Middle of the order leads off the Buccos when we return.
Can I get you a cup of coffee?
Yeah, well, it's already 10 o'clock in the morning. You don't drink coffee at 10 o'clock in the morning where I come from. I'll take a cold beer instead.
Perhaps something to eat?
You know, come to think of it, my stomach is rumbling a little bit. I'll have another cold beer.
Hey, Braves Country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
Found a rattlesnake by the shed door, told Grandpa, and he said, well, you know where the pistol is. I was 8.
And with 2 out, you talk about a roll of the dice. This is it. Trying to catch lightning right now. Sachs waiting on deck. High fly ball into right field. She is gone!
Hey, does anybody else whole body start hurting as soon as you start putting work clothes on? Or is it just me?
Now, new heroes emerged from Ruth's shadow. Luke Appling, Johnny Mize, Earl Averill. Mel Ott of the Giants was so feared at the plate that he was once intentionally walked with the bases loaded. Hack Wilson of the Cubs hit even harder than he drank, 1 year batting in 190 runs. Still a major league record. One writer said that Wilson was built along the lines of a beer keg and not unfamiliar with its contents.
First pitch from Shawver, misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Joey Bart, the batter, cleanup hitter for the Pirates. He'll take the 1-0 in the dirt. 2-0. The 2-0 count. Swing, that ball's ripped up the middle for a single, a leadoff single for the Pittsburgh Pirates here in the bottom of the second inning. 3 fastballs right in a row, and the third one was right down Main Street. Hit in between the 4 and 6 hole. 1 on, nobody out. Key here for Shawver today is going to be to keep that ball down with that wind blowing out to center. You can give up some hits here and there. You just got to keep that ball down and avoid that crooked inning. First pitch on the way to Hayes is the bending curveball for a strike. It's 0-1. Wasn't projected to have such a big wind, but that wind was whipping a little earlier. Now, whether it stays like that's a little different story. This stadium sits right there on the river. The 0-1 fastball hammered into right field, and that's a quick 2 on, nobody out here in the second. N.J. Smith-Shawver. Not a terrible pitch, maybe a little high. But when you got the shift on like that, I don't know why Smurf is calling an outside fastball. That's playing right into the hand of the offense. Ozzie was standing just a couple of feet from second base. And you put a fastball on the outside to a right-hander like that, all he's got to do is make contact, and that's what Hayes did. Time is called as Sean Murphy goes to fix his PitchCom device in his helmet. St. Louis has already jumped out to a 4-0 lead against Washington. They're in the second inning. There were no early day games. All the games started 4 o'clock hour and later today. First pitch. Degorski's a 4-seam fastball. Up top, it's 0-1. Even that pitch is a little too high, to be honest. Schaufer's got to keep that ball down. Looks like the wind's starting to calm down a little bit. 0-1. Inside, splitter. 1-1. 1-1 count. Gorski comes set. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Good splitter by A.J. Smith-Shawver. That was the pitch has really been working his last couple of starts. The 1-2 from A.J. Ripped down the third base line. Just foul. Once again, he's getting these pitches way too high in the zone. I don't know if they're going to wait till after the inning, but someone's got to talk to him about his mechanics because something's going on there where these pitches are way high. He normally likes to stay low, which is what he was doing in the first inning. Something's not right in the second inning. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Splitter got him. One away. Well out in front of that one. Must have been sitting dead red. That's a third strikeout for A.J. Smith-Shawver. That'll bring Adam Frazier to the plate. Left-handed bat, veteran. Stands in, the second baseman. First pitch. Curveball, good curveball on the outer edge. It's 0-1. The other issue you have if you keep struggling with your control as you're dealing with an umpire, there's a highly inconsistent. The 0-1, outside wide, 1-1. So if you're not getting the benefit of the doubt from him, it could be for a long afternoon or a short one, however you want to look at it. 1-1 count. Shawver comes set. Splitter just misses the outer edge, 2-1. Really close pitch there. Did look like he probably missed the zone, but it was barely. The 2-1 to Frazier. Swing and a miss. 95 fastball. Up in his kitchen to even up the count. The 2-2. 2 on, 1 out. Here's the pitch. 99 misses well inside. Tried to go back to that same spot. Couldn't hit it. Now you got a full count. So a full count here. Big pitch by Shawver. Brings it. Caught, looking strike 3. 96 right down the pipe. 2 away. They went back to that inside fastball, and this time he hit the zone. Honestly, Smurf was sitting on the outer edge, so he missed a spot, but he got the strike anyways. 2 on, 2 out. Shawver trying to clean this mess up. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Canario, it's 0-1. Alexander Canario went oppo last night to give the Bucks a 1-0 lead. The 0-1 slider in the dirt, 1-1. Might have been a touch wind-aided, but it just got over that right field wall. The 1-1, swing, fists it back foul, right it there on the hands. It's 1-2. One-two count. Braves lead at 1-0, bottom of the second. The 1-2. Splitter misses inside, 2-2. Rich Kranitz was motioning to A.J. Smith-Shawver the previous pitch. I think he's trying to tell him to stay on top of it. The 2-2. Swing, hits it down the third base line. Will it stay fair? Just foul. If it stays fair, Riley steps on the bag and the inning is over. Didn't quite get to it in time. as Riley had to play back. So Deuce is wild here. 2 on, 2 out, a 2-2 count. Canario will head back to the batter's box as Smurf goes out to talk to Shawver. This time he might have been directed by Kranitz to go out there and tell him something because, like I said, a couple of pitches before, Kranitz was motioning in the dugout and it looked like he was saying to stay on top of his pitch. The 2-2 brings it. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the splitter. And stayed on top of that one, baby. 5 strikeouts in 2 innings. The SSAJ, he's got a pretty good voyage going on right now.
Got a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Well, there you have it. The die is cast. The Mets are worse off now than they were when Will Pond was their owner. Stevie Cohn, he is another false prophet, another letdown. Everything failed. The Mets, you can mark my words. Every time the Mets get a brother of a star, he's a bum. Acuna's brother, who I hear already demanding a trade, will never do anything for the Mets. This is Alex Ochoa. This is Fernando Martinez. 5-star players, 5-tool players. There are 5 suck players. They can't throw. They can't run. They can't hit. Who's going to be left on this team next year? There's nobody. They're going to be terrible. It's going to take at least 10 years to make them proud enough. This year is a disaster. Worst season ever. You suck. And now there's nothing left. Nothing. This is the most hopeless I've ever been about this team. The Mets are worse than the Oakland A's. The Oakland A's have more hope than the Mets.
Though it was a hitter's decade, one of the most admired players was a dominating screwball pitcher named Carl Hubbell.
Well, I was always fascinated by Carl Hubbell, Mr. High Pockets. He was a left-handed pitcher for the New York Giants. And his most famous pitch was the screwball. And he'd thrown so many of these things that his arm was literally deformed. And you could see it when he walked out to the pitcher's mound. His arm, a screwball is a reverse curve like that. And he'd thrown so many that the palm was almost out when he walked out. And curious. And I was so impressed by this pitcher that I used to walk around like that when I was about 9 years old. My mother used to say, "What is wrong with that arm of yours anyway?" They finally made me stop it. It looked as though I'd fallen out a window or something, and my parents hadn't had enough money to give me the right operation to get the thing twisted back right.
Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more. There's a bit of a delay as we start up here, but it looks like it's just, I believe that's Heaney tying his shoes. And what in the world? I mean, he's totally restarted his entire shoe wear. It is Heaney. He took all of the, I don't know what's going on here, but he took all of the laces out of his shoe and started from scratch, as opposed to just fixing whatever the issue was. Maybe it's a brand new, maybe his shoestring popped or something. It's a really strange place and time to be managing your footwear. So we wait for that. While we wait for that, we'll go ahead and hit the out-of-town scoreboard. That wind has died down a little bit. It's not quite as whipping as it was earlier. Cardinals lead the Nationals 4-0 in the third in D.C. Out in Oakland, or excuse me, now Sacramento, the Athletics lead the Yankees 1-0 in the third. Rays lead the Brewers 1-0 in the first, and every game else has not started yet. First pitch on the way to Austin Riley is a changeup off the plate. It's 1-0. Game starting in the 6 o'clock hour. Phillies are at the Guardians. Rangers are at the Tigers, the 1-0. Down and in 2-0. The 7 o'clock hour, you've got the Red Sox are at the Royals, Reds at the Astros, Cubs at the Mets, Marlins at the White Sox, and the Giants are at the Twins. The 2-0 count to Riley. 90, misses high and out of the zone, 3-0. In the 8 o'clock hour, you've got the Padres at the Rockies at 8:10, along with the Dodgers and Diamondbacks same time. 3-0 pitch, swing, lifts that foul and out of play, 3-1. And late in the 9 o'clock hour, the Orioles will be at the Angels and the Blue Jays are at the Mariners. And that's your out-of-town scoreboard update. The 3-1 to Heaney. Riley pops it up down the first base side and out of play. Thankfully, both of those have gone foul, but he has swung at 2 pitches when he's well ahead in the count that honestly he should be spitting on, because all they're going to do is bring a pop-up. Thankfully, they both got out of play. The payoff pitch from Heaney, lifts it high into right center field. Should be an easy play. It is. Reynolds making the catch. F9 in your scorecard, 1 down. One away. Marcell Ozuna will be the batter. Marcell 1 for 1 with a double. First pitch down and in. It's 1-0. Heaney, by the way, he's sitting at 38 pitches with 1 out in the third, so he's pretty good on that front. The 1-0. Lefty righty. Heaney comes set. His high socks and fires away. 91 mile an hour fastball. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1. The 1-1 count. Swing rips it up the middle. Backhanded by Frazier. It's going to be an easy 4-3 put out. Bad luck for Ozuna. He hit that ball on the screws, rifled it past the head of Heaney, a one-hopper that just happened to be right at Frazier. In fact, not only was it out of, it kicked and went to him. He didn't even have to budge. It was technically off to his right a little bit. First pitch on the way to Olson is 91, up top. He's calling that a ball again. It's 1-0. That is unbelievable. 1-0. Down and away, 2-0. Point is, we start getting screwed on calls later. Pittsburgh's had their fair share of getting jobbed already. The 2-0 count. Floats a curveball right there. First strike, 2-1. Braves 1, Pirates nothing. Olson struck out his first time up. The 2-1. Outside wide ball, 3-1. Sean Murphy got the RBI for the Braves as Ozuna, after he hit a double, was knocked in by Smurf. The 3-1 lifted high and deep into center field. That ball's going back. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam-a ding-dong. A solo shot. 7th of the year.
From Plank Road Field, smooth as it gets.
Ice House, always smooth, never watered down.
431 happy feet.
We must win today. Losing is not an option.
431, 108 miles an hour off the bat to dead center. That ball was plowed over the center field wall. First pitch swinging by Ozzie Albies. He thinks he's going to do the same thing. He won't. It's going to be an easy F8 to score to end the inning, but not for your Atlanta Braves. Put one on the board. It's 2-0. Good guys. We head to the bottom of the third.
Steak and donut sandwich, please.
You want cigarettes on that sandwich?
Oh, I look like a Mary? Yes, I want cigarettes.
I tell you what, we had another sorry practice today. These guys, I don't know if we're going to be able to beat anybody this year. Quarterbacks, they can't hit the broadside of a barn right now. I don't know if we could hit that indoor facility right there. Receivers, they couldn't catch a cold if it was the middle of February, dropping everything. Defensive backs, gosh, I wonder why they got grass stains all over their jerseys. They fall about every play. About 2 or 3 of them are falling. And our kickers, gee, it's like the Army, left, right. They're kicking it all over the place. I don't know if we can beat anybody this year. Guys, and leadership, no, we don't have any leaders out here. Guys are soft. They just can't. I don't know. Maybe I ought to give them a week off and start over and see if we can regroup and find some real tough guys out here.
And is it correct you just started identifying as female 2 weeks ago?
I'm not here to talk about my transition. Let me tell you something. I am the strongest woman this state has ever seen.
Any words for the challenger?
Good luck, Heather.
Luck is for dudes.
Armchair.
In the 1934 All-Star Game, Hubble astonished the baseball world by striking out in succession Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Jimmy Fox, Al Simmons, and Joe Cronin.
I saw so many great pitchers, and maybe it's because of an early impression, but of all the pitchers I saw, thinking in terms of their control of themselves, as well as their ability to throw the ball, to manipulate the pitch. I would say, let's put it this way, if I had a ball game to be pitched and my life hung on the balance, I'd want Carl Hubble to pitch it.
A.J. Smith-Shawver will go back to work. First pitch on the way, 97 well off the plate, down and away, it's 1-0. Triola to lead off the Pirates. We'll have the 9-1 and 2 batters due up. Triola, Cruz, and Reynolds, the 1-0. 95, P at the knees, it's 1-1. One count. Brings it. 96 misses well down and away. Ball 2-1. Braves come in today, 2 games under 500. A win here and a win on Chris Sale Day tomorrow would even it up the score. The 2-1. Curveball. Smacks the inner side. Pulled the string on that one. That was a pretty pitch. It's 2-2. 2-2 to Jared Triolo. 85. Up top. If Murph frames that pitch, he probably gets the call, but as soon as he grabbed it, he ripped his glove down. Strange. The 3-2. Down and away, ball 4. I don't know if he was losing the grip on it or what, but he just kind of whipped it down as opposed to trying to frame it. If he frames it, he may get the call. I mean, Vondrick has done worse. Thank you for the kind words and the contribution, Charles. 1 on, nobody out. First pitch on the way, curveball down and in. It's 1-0. 1-0. AJ comes set. Brings it. Nowhere near the zone. Curveball. 2-0. O'Neal Cruz, the batter. He can tie this up with one swing, so AJ's got to be careful. The 2-0 pitch. Swing. Rips it over to second. Ozzy's got it. He'll fire it to short. Allen will flip it to first, but O'Neal Cruz got pretty good speed. It's going to be a 4-6 put out, 1 away. I'm not sure if Ozzy caught that ball or the ball caught him. That ball was smoked on the ground. Good play by Ozzy to make sure he gets in front of him, gets a clean play. So we get the lead runner, but Cruz will be a threat to go. We'll go ahead and change the view for you so you can see if there is any movement of foot. Brian Reynolds, the batter. Another guy who can tie the game up in a hurry. He's got 5 home runs on the year. McCutchen stands on deck. Righty-lefty matchup. Shawver at 41 pitches. Not terrible on that front, but you'd love a double play. First pitch, swing lifted, high into center field, but right at Michael Harris. He'll make the catch, and O'Neill Cruz will retreat back to first, 2 down. Another 1 pitch out, and we'll be doing business. Andrew McCutchen, the batter. Longtime veteran in the Pittsburgh Pirate uniform. First pitch, runner goes. Here comes the throw. High and off the base. O'Neill Cruz in with an easy steal. That throw was nowhere near this. I don't know if he gets him anyways. O'Neill had a pretty good lead and got a good jump, and he's enormous. He's 6'7", so like 3 steps and he's standing on the next bag. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Swing, chops it foul. It's 1-1. Andrew McCutchen, 38-year-old out of Fort Meade, Florida, was drafted by the Pirates back in 2005 in the first round with the 11th pick. 1-1, swing, bangs it foul, it's 1-2. Sits in with 322 career home runs and 1,108 RBI, 220 stolen bases, and a lifetime batting average of 273. The 1-2 to Kutch. Inside, splitter misses, 2-2. Talked about it yesterday. He won't be a Hall of Famer in Cooperstown, but I would suspect he goes to the Pittsburgh Pirates Hall of Fame, and that's saying something for a long franchise like that. The 2-2 splitter in the dirt. Ball 3, 3-2. This is one of the baseball stadiums that's definitely on my bucket list. It's one of the prettiest ones in baseball. The 3-2, down and in, ball 4. So Shawver walking himself into trouble here. It's his second walk of the day. Couple with 5 strikeouts. You got 2 on and 2 out. That'll bring Joey Bart to the plate. First pitch. Teardrop of a strike at the knees. Did not get the call. It's 1-0. Like we were talking about, Vondrick pinches the bottom of the zone. He's given a couple low ones, but we didn't get it there. The 1-0 swing rips it back up the middle. That'll be a run. Ball is smoked into center field. Though O'Neill Cruz's speed, Harris is just going to flip it over to short to keep the runner, McCutchen, going first to second and no further. 2-1 your score. That ball was hammered right down the throat of A.J. Smith-Shawver. And the way he finishes off his release, he's never going to make that play. Ozzie tried to make a diving stop backhanded, but there wasn't much chance of that either. So 2-1 your score now. Brian Hayes could make it really interesting. First and second, 2 out. First pitch way high out of the zone. 97 miles an hour, nowhere near the strike zone. It's 1-0. You almost wonder if Cranich should go out there and try to calm him down a little bit. The 1-0. Outside wide, 2-0. Smurf is going to take it upon himself. He's going to read the room even if Kranitz can't. Standing on deck is Gorski. Two on, 2 out. Kranitz is going to come out. Okay. Took him a while to get out there, but he is out there. But this is one of those things where you would prefer to see this at the beginning of the at-bat. Because you know the youngster, I'm not saying you have to do it for someone like a Chris Sale, but the youngster has got to be all kinds of things spinning in his mind right now. You just go out there and calm him down a little bit, get him centered. Instead, he's down behind the count 2-0. The wind is picked up again. It's blowing out to right now. The 2-0. 95 on the outer edge. It's 2-1. Two-one count. Swing, fouls it back, 2-2. Deuces wild, 2 on, 2 out. 2-2 count, 2-1 your score. Shawver trying to work out of danger here. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. We got bailed out on a wild swing by Hayes. We'll take it. He chased a slider over into Ohio. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
If I was a flight risk, I wouldn't even be here. I could be in another country this afternoon if I wanted to. I got friends who can create false passports.
All right, I apologize for my client, Your Honor.
Apologize for your client. Don't apologize for me. I didn't rob no bank, okay? I don't want everyone in here thinking I'm some kind of bank robber, okay? I don't need the money. I'm a drug dealer.
They had played 9 years together, and Big Papi never knew Dustin Pedroia's name.
He called me Pee Wee.
Catcher comes over to me and goes, "Hey, what's up, Dustin?" I go, "Hey, what's up, man?" David walks over and goes, "What'd he call you?" And I go, "What?" He goes, "What'd he call you?" I said, "Dustin." He goes, "Well, why'd he call you that?" I go, "That's my name." He goes, "Oh, is that right?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro. I played 1,600 games with you. They've actually said it 5,000 times. Now batting, number 15, Dustin Pedroia." And he goes, "I thought it was Pee Wee." And I'm looking at him, I'm like, "You thought my parents would name me Pee Wee?"
Armchair.
After the 1934 season, Babe Ruth toured Japan with an all-star team. 500,000 fans turned out in Tokyo to cheer the mythic hero they called Babu Rusu. Babe's big bulk, reported the New York Times, today blotted out such unimportant things as international squabbles over oil and navies. "We like to believe," said the Sporting News, "that countries having a common interest in a great sport would rather fight it out on the diamond than on the battlefield." The Americans won 17 of 18 games. Ruth hit 13 home runs. But in one game, a high school boy named E.G. Sawamura struck out Ruth, Charlie Gehringer, Lou Gehrig, and Jimmy Fox before the Americans managed to get a single winning run. Sawamura became a national hero, and the tour sparked the formation of the first Japanese professional league.
Welcome back. Sean Murphy will lead us off. Got an RBI his first time up. Heaney looked perturbed that he had to wait for Sean Murphy. If I was Sean, I'd be like, "Hey, man, we just had to deal with you changing out your shoes nonsense." First pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball. Misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. If that was a four-seamer, it came in at just 88 miles an hour. 1-0. Fastball misses high. 2-0. Another 88-mile-an-hour four-seamer. This four-seamer was coming in the low 90s first couple innings. And Joey Bart's going to go out there and talk to him. I wonder if that's any part of the conversation of... May not be, but I would be concerned if my pitcher who normally throws 90, 91, 92 is throwing it at the 88 to start off an inning. 2-0 count to Smurf. Heaney brings it inside, 3-0. Changeup. Missed well of the zone. So a 3-0 count. We'll take a 4-pitch walk to start the inning. 3-0 from Heaney. Misses down and in, ball 4. So Sean's having a very Smurfy day. He's got a base hit, an RBI. Now he's got a walk to his credit. Michael Harris II will stand to the plate. Money Mike, 1 for 1 on the day. First pitch, down and in. It's 1-0. Harris comes set. 89 up high, 1-1. So 5 of the first 6 pitches were balls. Heaney's trying to get that under control. Harris came up. He rifled a double into the right center field wall. It really took off on Reynolds, who was chasing it. That brought Sean home to score. The 1-1 swing, chops it over to third. They're going to have a 5-4-3 attempt at a double play, but Harris will just beat it out, and he'll switch spots with Smurf. Smurf will head to the bench, and Harris will stand at first. If you had to get an out right there, you'd gladly take that trade off. You get Harris on the base paths, much faster runner. Whew, I'll tell you what, that throw was close. In fact, I think they got him. That is really close. Looks like they're taking a look at it. That is bang, bang. They are challenging it. There's one angle that makes them look safe, but another angle looks like the ball got in the mitt just before. Man, that is right there. It's worth a shot if you're the Pirates. It may be the classic tie goes to the runner. It is very close. I feel like if Harris would have extended a little bit, he's going to beat that play with ease, but I know they don't want him blowing out his hamstring. Here's another angle. That is right there. I mean, that is bang, bang. Unfortunately, they're not slowing down it is hitting the glove as his foot's hitting the base. They're not slowing down the video and stopping it. And on the last one they just showed, the glove disappears as they show it one more time, and it is hitting the back of the glove as his foot is hitting the bag. If you ask me honestly, he's probably out, but it is so close. We'll see what they're going to call here. They are going to call him out. So there you go. So that'll clear the bases. Eli White, the batter. Heaney comes set, first pitch. Off the plate for a strike. It's 0-1. Infield is back and to the left. That pitch was definitely off the plate. The 0-1 chops it foul. It's 0-2. Knocked it down the third base side, but plenty foul. 0-2 count to Eli. Standing on deck is Nick Allen. The 0-2. Swing. Dribbles it over to third. Should be an easy 5-3 put out. It is, and that'll end the inning. Braves go down 1-2-3 after the double play. We'll be back in a flash here in Braves country. 2-1 your score. To the bottom of the fourth we go in the Steel City.
I don't know which one of y'all need to hear this, but just because you got your taxes back don't mean you could call out of work. You need to take your ass to work. We grown. We got responsibilities. You can spend that money on whatever you want. Just take your ass to work.
Throughout baseball history, there's been a wide variety of colorful personalities. And then there's Joe Charbonneau. When he was younger, he made money participating in bare-knuckle fights. In his rookie season, he took the league by storm and won Rookie of the Year after batting .289 with 23 home runs and drove in 87. Stories about him both on and off the field are legendary. He never wasted money on bottle openers. He would just use his eye sockets to open the bottle. He was never one for doctors, once fixing his broken nose with pliers and stitching up a cut with fishing line. During a spring training game in Mexico, a random stranger attacked him with a pen. A song named after him called Go Joe Charbonneau reached number 4 on the 45s chart in Cleveland. As fast as his star rose, it quickly burned out after a series of back injuries limited him to just 70 games in his last 2 seasons.
He was comfortable hitting with 2 strikes. He was a good two-strike hitter. A lot of hitters aren't comfortable with 2 strikes, you know. Then they go into emergency mode. They don't want to strike out. That used to be the old mindset. Nowadays, as Pete said, they go up there hacking. That's a pitcher's dream, is a guy that...
Atlanta had 4 guys on their team last year struck over 150 times. Now, we all know Mike Trout. He struck out 184 times last year. He was MVP in the American League.
I will say that I've had thrills before, number of them. Something like hitting a home run in Chicago that time. The Lord was with me when I called the shots. I can't go on forever. Somebody's got to take my shoes and take my place. But you can bet your sweet life that I won't play until I drop, but I'll play until I damn near drop. Thank you.
2-1 your score. We head to the bottom of the 4th. First pitch is right there for a strike, and A.J. Smith-Shawver will follow that up with a bending curveball. They're going to say Gorski went around on that one. It's 0-2. Braves 2, Pittsburgh 1, bottom of the 4th. A.J. Smith-Shawver at 55 pitches, 31 for, 57 pitches, 33 for strikeouts. The 0-2. Misses, down and in, 1-2. Gorski struck out his first time up. Shawver with 6 strikeouts and 2 walks, 3 hits, 1 earned run so far in 3 innings. The 1-2, 97, misses, down and in. Ball 2, 2-2. Same 2 teams back at it tomorrow, 1:35 first pitch on Mother's Day. The 2-2 pitch, swing. Chased a splitter, smacks it back foul. You haven't done so already. Make sure you're remembering Mother's Day. The 2-2 pitch, swing, fouls it back. We'll do it again. That's our PSA out there for you, everybody. You're getting some severe thunderstorm warnings in the area. I haven't seen anything yet, but just a heads up. The 2-2 swing, rifles it over to first. Olson has it. It's going to be a close race. Shawver will make the tag just before the runner. Man, he had to really run it. Olson was well off the bag, and AJ had to bust it. I'd almost tell my pitchers, because of the pitch clock, when you do that, roll down and act like you need to be checked by the by the trainer so he can come out there and you can catch your breath. Frazier stands in, first pitch swinging, 97-mile-an-hour fastball, blew it right by him. It's 0-1. A.J. Smith-Shawver lifts his light blue glove, kicks and fires, 97, rifles it foul down the left field line. It's 0-2. Frazier struck out his first time out. He's got 2 home runs on the year. The 0-2 splitter misses way outside wide, 1-2. Second baseman who can kind of play a little bit all over. He's played both corner outfield quite a bit in the past. The 1-2's fouled back. We'll do it again. Brings it. Swing. Blasted. If it's fair, it's gone. That thing was killed. It looks like it was just foul. And I mean just foul. That thing was plowed into the upper deck. I'm going to say a foot. Fouled the foul pole. The 1-2 pops it up high. Out of play. Third base dugout. 1-2. That ball was smoked. 1-2 count. Shawver, by the way, is sitting at relatively high pitch count now at 68. Swing, chops it. Back behind home plate, 1-2. Unless he has a very quick inning or so, he's going to be very hard pressed to get through 6 today. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. They're calling it a slider. That looked like a split or 2 away. His slider normally bends a little bit more than that. That one just kicked down on the track. And looking at his hand positioning on the pitch, it did appear that was a splitter. 2 down, righty Canario, who took the 1-0 lead with the Pirates yesterday with the home run. Takes the first pitch inside. It's 1-0. A.J. Smith-Shawver with 7 strikeouts, 2 walks. The 1-0 lifted into left field, but that should be playable by Verdugo. It is, and that'll end the inning. 1-2-3 after a scary loud strike. We'll be back in a flash. Nick in the top of the order due up.
So we pull up our canoe, and there are like 400 Indians with arrows aimed right at us. I'm starting to freak a little.
Actually, it was probably closer to 300.
Okay, thanks, Clark. So I say, we come in peace.
Well, no offense, but it was actually Sacagawea who said that.
Right. Well, luckily we brought plenty of beaver furs.
Pelts.
Do you want to tell the story, Clark?
Here is the time that Babe Ruth fought the wall, and the wall won. July 5th, 1924. In Ruth's first at bat, he slapped a double to right field that moved leadoff hitter Whitey Witt to third. In the fourth, with 2 outs and a runner on third base, Senators first baseman Joe Judge connected on a pitch that went down the right field line. Seeing this, Ruth sprinted to the left, hoping to end the Senators' scoring opportunity. As the ball dropped foul into the crowd, bam! Ruth ran full force into the wall and dropped unconscious to the grass. Immediately, both the Yankees trainer and uniformed police hurried to the Babe's aid. At first, they thought he had hit his chin on the concrete, but they soon discovered that he had been knocked out by a jolt in the solar plexus. He also hurt his left leg at the hip. Ruth would eventually come to after 5 long minutes. Aside from the noticeable limp, you would never know he was hurt. In his next at-bat, in the top of the 6th, he would double off the center field wall. Ruth would finish 3 for 3, and the Yankees would go on to win the first game 2-0. After the final out of the second game, Ruth was diagnosed with a bruised pelvic bone. Despite the news, he wouldn't miss any time, and he would go 3 for 4 and belt his 22nd home run of the season the very next day.
Ruth's Far Eastern tour was a triumph. When he got back, he learned that the Yankees, team that he had built, had decided to dispense with his services and had no intention of making him a manager. He turned down an offer to run their best farm team as beneath his dignity. Instead, he joined the worst club in the National League, the Boston Braves, lured by a vague promise of becoming manager the following season. The Braves never really meant to give him the manager's job. The main hope was that his mere presence would boost receipts.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Here on Braves Country Radio. First pitch to Nick Allen to start us off is a 4-seam fastball right down the pipe. It's 1-0. Conversely, Andrew Heaney is only at 57 pitches. The 1-0. Teardrop curveball on the outer edge. 0-2. Comparing that to A.J. Smith-Shawver, who's at 72. The 0-2, swing, chops it, over to short. Should be an easy play for Triolo. It is 6-3 in your scorecard, 1 down. You're talking about a good 25 more pitches thrown by Shawver than Heaney as we head into the 5th inning. Alex Verdugo, the batter, lefty-lefty. First pitch on the way. Tried to give him a chase, a slow curve well off the plate. It's 1-0. Verdugo 0 for 2. He's grounded out to first and second his first 2 times up. 1-0 right down the pipe, 1-1. One count. Swing, lifts it into right field. That ball's going to be caught at the wall by Brian Reynolds. F9 your scorecard, 2 down. Got around on that one. Just didn't get quite enough height on it. Put a charge into it. Thought that was going to have a chance to go off the wall. Austin Riley, who's 0 for, stands in. First pitch, changeup, well off the plate. It's 1-0. Fly out to left and fly out to right for the rake. Batting .288 on the year. 8 homers. The curveball bends in, misses, 2-0. Braves 2, Pirates 1, top of the 5th. The 2-0. 93. Changeup hits the top shelf for a strike. It's 2-1. Standing on deck is Ozuna if Riley can keep the line moving. The 2-1. Well off the plate, ball 3-1. 4-seam fastball misses. Three-1 count. Heaney inside, ball 4. So he heads down to first. 1 on and 2 outs. Love to see Ozuna get into one right now. Extend this lead. Braves clinging to a 1-run lead here in the 5th. Lefty righty. First pitch to the Big Zoo. Swing. Dribbles it over to short, and that's going to end the inning. 6-3 put out. Well in front of that curveball. He got outsmarted on that one. We'll be back in a flash. Braves clinging to a 1-run lead.
Cutest diner right beside my neighborhood. It's called Waffle House. It goes for this antique chic view, and props to the designers because they definitely made it feel old. The menu had several different breakfast options. I asked the waitress what's her favorite thing. She said Xanax, but I just went ahead and went with the All-Star Special. I asked her what paired best, and she gave me a Mr. Pibb. It was awesome. The bacon was a little undercooked, so I asked the chef to throw it back on the grill for a bit, and she said fight me. They're so quirky there. Great experience. 10 out of 10.
Rio de Janeiro to here, do you know how far that is?
6,842 miles.
Well,
Look.
do you know what kind of mail system they must have?
The Brazilian mail system, government run, with an annual budget of 27,485,000 pesetas.
How do you know these things?
You mean I'm right?
I swear to you, some white people are so extra, because if they see somebody they don't know or ain't seen in a while, they'll be like, Tom, is that you? Well, shove a stick up my ass and call me a corn dog. How you been?
In 1936, 2 new stars made their first appearances in the big leagues. The first was a 17-year-old fastball pitcher from Iowa, whose father had built him his own practice field. He was signed by the Cleveland Indians, and in his very first start, he struck out 15 St. Louis Browns. A few weeks later, he set an American League record by striking out 17 A's. Then, he went back home to finish high school. His name was Bob Feller. We went to the World Series in 1834 in St. Louis and saw the Gas House Gang. And I thought right then and there that I was only 15, that Major League Baseball wasn't that far away. And not being cocky, I had a lot of confidence. My father gave me a lot of confidence. I never was afraid of a batter on a mound. They may hit me well, but I was never afraid of them.
First pitch on the way to start the inning. Triolo bangs a grounder over to third. Austin Riley grabs it, flips it to Olson. 5-3 to start the fifth inning. One away. You'd love to see a quick inning here by AJ. If you could get a quick inning, he might get through 6. Righty-lefty matchup, top of the order due back up. It's his third time through the order. First pitch, 96, well off the plate. 1-0. O'Neal Cruz reached on a fielder's choice in the third inning and then stole second with ease. 1-0, 95 right down the pipe. 1-1. 1-1 count. Shawver comes set. Swing, lifts it, high into right field, should be playable. Eli fighting the sun, will make the catch. With the shades down, 2 down. Two away, 2 quick outs, which is just what AJ and the Braves have been looking for. That'll bring Brian Reynolds to the plate. Reynolds, batting .218 on the year, struck out and flew out. First ball, a swing and a miss, and a curveball. It's 0-1. The 0-1. AJ comes set, lifts that light blue glove, drops a curveball well off the edge. 1-1. One count. Swing, rips it over to short. Diving play by Allen, and that'll end the inning. That ball about took his head off, but he makes the diving catch. L6 in your scorecard. You better put an exclamation point on that one. We'll head to break. Top of the 6th we go, leading by only 1. On this date, 1909, church bells rang when Fred Toney completes the longest no-hitter in organized professional baseball history. A 1-0 victory over the Lexington Colts of the Bluegrass League. As word spread around town about the right-hander's performance on the mound, fans continued to stream into the ballpark before the contest's lone run was scored on a squeeze play in the bottom of the 17th inning. On this date in 1934, in an 11-3 rout over the Chicago White Sox at Comiskey Park, Lou Gehrig ties a big league record with 4 extra base hits, including 2 doubles and 2 home runs. The New York Yankees first baseman accumulates 12 total bases and 7 RBI in just 5 innings when he benches himself due to having a severe cold and high fever. And on this date in 1967, Atlanta Braves outfielder Hank Aaron hits it inside the Parker off future Hall of Famer Jim Bunning in the team's 4-3 loss to the Phillies at Connie Mack Stadium. The 8th inning round tripper will be Hammer and Hank's only homer, which he doesn't clear the fence on his record-setting 755 home run career. And that's your Braves Country Radio on this date in baseball history. Find us on YouTube and Facebook today. Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Olson is off the plate for a ball. It's 1-0. We better get some runs. A.J. Smith-Shawver is the 1-0. Outside wide, 2-0. Matt Olson, who hit a towering home run his last time up. A.J. Smith-Shawver is set to face the middle of the order one more time, the third time in the next inning. Someone just got thrown out. It's from the third base side, so it's got to be a Pirate. Is that Don Kelly? It must be because of that last pitch. Honestly, that pitch actually was off the plate. Now, don't get me wrong. Vondruk has called some terrible calls. He's made a career at it. But that pitch was actually off the plate. So I'm assuming that's what he's raising Cain about. But that's not the one that you get kicked out on. You get kicked out on one that actually makes sense. It might have been more to do with the first pitch. The slider was really right there on the zone. The second pitch was a touch outside, and maybe he yelled out something like, "Where is the strike zone?" type of thing, right? He framed it in the zone, but the pitch was off the plate on the second one. The first one was in the zone. Braves TV cast hasn't picked up on that. The 2-0 swing, fouls it back, 2-1. They keep re-showing the second pitch. It's that first pitch, I think, that he was probably started yelling about. Once again, I think Braves fans would love to see that of their manager every once in a while. The 2-1 pitch, down and in, 3-1. See if that fires up the Pirates. Normally does when you go to war for your boys. Remember, he just took the job over yesterday. The 3-1. Heaney delivers, swing, pops it back, foul and out of play over the third base dugout. So Don Kelly, two games into his career, has been kicked out as the Pirates manager. He must have read a Bobby Cox autobiography or something overnight. The 3-2 pitch. Olson. Swing. Pops it back foul. We'll do it again. Braves 2, Pirates 1. Tomorrow's game 135, and then we head back to Atlanta for a 4-game set. Is the 3-2 right there for a strike 3. Matt Olson called out on strikes, pitched right down the pipe, one away. Now, I'm not sure what he was waiting on there, an invitation to swing, but that pitch was right down this track with 2 strikes. 1 down, and here comes Ozzie Albies. Curveball on the outer edge, misses. It's 1-0. We have a 4-game set as we head back to head back to Atlanta to play Washington. The 1-0, dragged over to short. He's becoming an automatic out. 6-3 put out, 2 down. First 3 games are night games. The routine 7:15 first pitch. Thursday is a 12:15 getaway day. Then we head to Boston and Washington before returning home to face the Padres on the 23rd. Smurf comes to the plate. He's 1 for 1. Curveball, outer edge. It's 0-1. Smurf with a double and a walk to his name and a run scored. The 0-1. 4-seam misses high, 1-0. 1-1 count. Swing and a miss. 89-mile-an-hour 4-seamer. 1-2. And those shadows are about to start crossing over home plate like we were talking about at the beginning of the game. They are right there on the backstop right now, the 1-2. High and inside, that got Murph in the arm, and he'll head on down to first. So we lucked out there with the 1-2 count, getting Sean Murphy hit by a pitch. He'll head down to first. Hopefully the Braves can capitalize on this. Normally I wouldn't want any of our players to get hit by a pitch, worry about injury, but honest engine, we've been hitting so poorly, we'll take any help we can get. Michael Harris, the second, will stand in. Lefty. Pitch, swung on, dribbled to second, and that's going to be an easy 4-3 putout. So Sean Murphy will get that Bruce for absolutely nothing. We head to the bottom of the sixth, clinging to that 2-1 lead. And here comes the middle of the order for the third time today.
It's unacceptable. We shouldn't let him get away with it.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Yeah, let's
give him
stab
a
him.
piece of our mind.
Funniest baseball team names of all time. Number 9 from my home state of Ohio, the Akron Rubber Ducks. Number 8 are the Traverse City Pitt Spitters. Number 7, the Burlington Sock Puppets. The marketing part of every minor league baseball team has to be the only department that never has to get drug tested. Number 6, the Danville Dans. Their mascot isn't even a mascot. It's just a guy whose name is Dan. Number 5 are the San Antonio Flying Chanclas. What is a chancla, you might ask? It's a flip-flop that abuelas throw at their grandchildren when they are misbehaving. Number 4, the Rocket City Trash Pandas. Number 3, the Missouri River Motorboaters. The Bismarck Larks are changing their name to this for one day. They said it was because they want to honor their boat-loving fans. Sure, yeah, right. Number 2 are the Carolina Disco Turkeys. What is a disco turkey? I don't care. It doesn't matter. Take all of my money. And number 1, the Florence Yalls. What is their team name? A yawl. What is a yawl? A water tower. What?
It was a ton of Gen Xers that just unanimously agree that the good old days were better. Give me a real concrete answer on why the good old days were better than now.
I think it was easier to be happy a long time ago. I think that today it's expensive and difficult for people to be happy. It was much easier to be happy. You could sit on a porch in a rocking chair with your friend and a glass of lemonade or iced tea. Back in the day, it was just easier to be happy than it is now.
Imagine Bob Feller, 17 years old, in the small farming town of Van Meter, Iowa, throwing against the proverbial wall of the barn and having a fastball that could beat any in the major league at that time. What was particularly extraordinary when the young feller at 17 came into the major leagues, and what people forget, is that his fastball was so great because his curveball was extraordinary too.
A.J. Smith-Shawver will climb back up on the bump, fire the first pitch. Curveball inside to A.J. McCutchen. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Down and away, 1-1. Went with that curveball again. 1-1 count. Shawver had a really quick inning last inning, so he's sitting at 81 pitches. The 1-1. Swing! Rifles it foul down the first base line. Well out of play, 1-2. The 1-2. Ripped over to third, backhanded by Riley. He'll fire it across the diamond. A 5-3 put out. Heck of a play by Austin Riley. One down. He smoked that pitch. A hard one hopper into the back of the glove of Riley. And he was able to get it over to Olson. McCutchen still has pretty good speed even for a 38-year-old veteran. First pitch on the way is a curveball. Down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. Joey Bart, the batter. He's 2 for 2. The 1-0. Bends a curveball, nowhere near the zone, inside. 2-0. 2 singles and an RBI for Bart. Batting .271 on the year. Former first-round pick, the 2-0. Splitter 3-0. That pitch was nowhere near the zone. Braves lead this one, but by only one. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. The 3-0, fastball right down Main Street, 3-1. The Shadows are now over home plate. The 3-1 pitch, swing rifled back up the middle, and Bart is now 3 for 3. Bart! One on, one out. The last 2 hits that Bart has had back to AJ, he is about taking his head off. He's not fooling anybody. That'll bring Brian Hayes to the plate. He's 1 for 2. AJ Smith-Shawver has scattered 4 hits and 2 walks. First pitch on the way is a splitter up top. 1-0. Does have 7 strikeouts on the day. The 1-0. Splitter inside, 2-0. So he might be out of gas. Sitting at 90. It's the 6th inning. He's really struggled the past couple of at-bats. 2-0 pitch. Fastball, 96. 2-1, right there on the outer edge. They need to have that bullpen up and working. They do. Pierce Johnson is up and throwing. The 2-1 pitch. Swing, pops it up. High into center field. Should be an easy play for Harris. He'll grab it with 2 hands. Love to see that. 2 down. Two away. That'll bring up Gorski to the plate. At Gorski, 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout and a ground out to first. The 1 to first was that close play that he almost beat the throw, the first pitch on the way. 4-seam fastball. Just misses. It's 1-0. That was the one that Olson had to get it in the middle of the baselines. When he flipped it to AJ, it was a dead sprint. The 1-0 smacks the outer edge. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. Kicks and fires. Inside. 2-1. The 2-1 brings it. Swing, chops it foul, 2-2. So AJ Smith-Shawver about to throw his 97th pitch of the afternoon. He's 1 strike away from getting out of this and carrying not only a 2-1 lead to the 7th, but he'd be in line for the victory if the score holds. It would also be a quality start. The 2-2. AJ brings it. Swing roped into left field. That is not going to happen. It's going to get it down into left field. Alex Verdugo cuts it off. The runners will stay at first and second going station to station, but they've got the tying run on with 2 outs. And Frazier, who, if you remember, his last time up, narrowly missed a home run by about a foot right of the foul pole down the right field line. He is coming to the plate. And it looks like that's going to be about it for A.J. Smith-Shawver. Got to get him a round of applause on that one. He had a good outing. We'll be back in a flash to see if Pierce Johnson can shut her down when we return.
Am I the problem?
Of course you are!
Gen X Hotline, what do you want?
My son saw another student with a vape pen in his backpack. Should we tell the teacher or go straight to the principal?
All right, let me check the book on that. Teacher or principal? Okay, it says, tell him not to be a snitch and to mind his business.
Are you serious?
Yep. Have a great day.
I was blackballed for 2 years. I couldn't get a job. And because of that, I lost my big, beautiful house in Los Angeles, my shiny Mercedes, all my stuff. And as you can imagine at the time, I was really crushed. They thought that I was some religious zealot, but to me it was just that I didn't think it was the right thing to do. And also, I really love my wife. And as I've said, and I'll say it a million times, these lips are meant for one woman.
Eyes closed. I have a surprise. Did you do the dishes? I said surprise, not miracle.
Gen X Hotline, what do you want?
Hi, I work from home, and with the kids still home on summer break, I am not getting anything done.
Okay, so step one, have you tried locking them out of the house?
Okay, but like what would they eat all day?
Okay, do you have any like honeysuckle or blackberry bushes in your neighborhood?
Yeah, I think so. Why?
They're gonna be fine. That's what they're gonna eat.
Really?
Yep.
What about the bathroom?
Oh no, they're just gonna poop in the woods.
What?
You're good. You're welcome.
Wait.
I never want to hear the term Uncle Stevie again. It was all a lie. As with everything with the Mets, always teasing, never pleasing.
Baseball stories are so various, and they swap characters in them, but the way I heard it, Lefty Gomez himself, a pitcher, faced the 18-year-old Bobby Feller, the first one.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Pierce Johnson is a curveball up top. Adam Frazier, it's 1-0. The shadows are completely over the plate now. So Pierce Johnson may be able to work that into his advantage. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. The 1-0. Swing, chops the curveball down and in. 1-1. Frazier's 0 for 2, but once again, he is the guy that almost tied this game up. The long home run that missed the foul pole down the right field line by about a foot. The 1-1. PJ comes set. Flips it up there. Swing. Pops it up. High into right field. And that should get us out of it if Eli can fight the sun. He does. And that'll end the inning. Pirates put a couple aboard, but we leave them stranded. When we come back, the Book of Eli, Allen, and Verdugo to start the top of the 7th.
My issue is that anytime I'm sick, I feel like I sound like Miley Cyrus. Like it's got that rasp to it, you know what I mean? Like it's got that Miley Stewart in that bronchitis.
Hey, last week we were talking about the mouth.
Right.
My girl said you was right, bro. She did some research and she said it's mice for plural, man.
Hey, bro, I was just trying to help my bro out, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Man. Me personally, mice doesn't sound more natural, bro. But hey, I guess you was right, homie.
Right.
So when you learn something, you got to pass it down to the youth, right? I go to my sister's house. I holler at my nephew. He 5. I'm breaking it down to him. I'm like, hey, I said, little man, it ain't mice, this is, bro. It's mice, right?
Right.
Mouse, mice.
Right.
Goose, geese, right?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, that's right.
Moose, meese. It's like, that's what.
Wait. You said moose and what?
Oh, moose. For one, is moose.
Moose, yes.
And for 2 is meese, right?
You said moose and meese?
Yeah.
No, meese is not a word at all, actually. It's already plural and singular.
Damn, man, what's wrong? Why are you doing this, bro?
I didn't create the English language, bro. That's just what it... I didn't make the rules.
How you know, bro?
Because I went to school.
Armchair.
Always you look for heroes. Always the people look up to see something that represents them, that is larger than they are, and if it's perfect, that they might become. As a young boy, when I was taken to my first game at Yankee Stadium, my God, Yankee Stadium, talk about awesome sights. To see Joe DiMaggio, to whom you could relate without knowing anything about San Francisco or anything else about him, but he was a baseball player. He didn't seem to have any other credential but his ability, and that was sufficient to make him a great hero and a great success, and therefore a great inspiration.
Tanner Rainey comes in with a 0.00 ERA in 1 game this year. 2 strikeouts. He'll face Eli, Allen, and Doogie. First pitch on the way. There's a slider well inside. It's 1-0. righty-righty matchup. The shadow's about halfway between home and the pitcher's mound. The 1-0. Miss grabs the other edge, 1-1. Time to get some insurance runs. The wind is blowing straight out to center at about 15 miles an hour. The 1-1 swing and a miss. 1-2 slider. One-two count. Braves lead it 2-1, top of 7. The pitch, swing, spoils that one. Just got a piece to keep it alive. We'll do it again, 1-2. The 1-2, swing, rips it up the middle, and that's going to get through for a base hit. So, all right, let's get it going, Braves country. Leadoff single for the Book of Eli. Maybe we can get him moving on the base paths with a little white lightning here in the 7th inning. Ball was smoked in between the 4-6 hole. Nick Allen, your batter. Allen 0 for 1. The walk. He shows bunt. He pushes bunt. It is a darn good bunt. They're going to get him on the tag by Gorski as he gets Allen going down the line, but on the bunt, Eli White moves from first to second and into scoring position. Good bunt by Allen. It's good to see to have some guys in this lineup that can actually use the bat. I'm playing small ball. Verdugo stands in, first pitch, down and in. It's 1-0. Eli is a good bunter as well, as is Stuart Fairchild for that matter. If you ever need to pinch hit in a situation where you need a bunt drop, he'd be the first one I'd grab off the bench. He's put some nice ones down. The 1-0 to Verdugo, down and in. 2-0. 2-0 count. I wonder when Acuna comes back if it doesn't end up being Arcia that gets the boot. The 2-0 just grabs the bottom edge. Good slider, 2-1. Because if you look at it, the big picture, Eli White can play all over the infield. Arcia's expendable. He doesn't have a bat anymore, and his range defensively has become atrocious. The 2-1, down and in, ball 3-1. Standing on deck is Riley. Braves trying to get that insurance run home from second. 2-1 your score. The 3-1. High and outside, called for a strike. You got to be kidding me. That pitch was off the plate and outside by about 2 inches. Clint Bondrick, just awful home plate umpire. I'd just like to know why we see him so often. The payoff pitch, dribbled over to second. That's going to be a 4-3 putout. Eli will head to third, but there are 2 outs. So you're still going to need some kind of an error or a base hit to bring him home. Austin Riley would be your batter. First pitch to Riley. Fastball misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. The 1-0. Slider, a little bit inside, but called for a strike again. 1-1. I don't know what they could get for him in a trade, to be honest with you, Stargazer. Last year, you could have traded him the 1-1 chop foul, 1-2. He's become so inept offensively, and his defense isn't what it used to be because his range is just almost non-existent now. He never had great range, but if he could get to the ball, he could fire a bullet over to first, turn a mean double play, and that was always the advantage of having him out there defensively. The 1-2 misses high, 2-2, four-seam fastball. It's nice to think of, but if it's a trade, it's going to be like cash consideration. It's not going to be anything of note, unless you can really sucker someone into giving us a bullpen piece. The 0-2 count. Pitch swung on, pops it up high and deep down the right field line. Will it stay in play? It will not. Just gets into the seat. Riley's sitting on a 2-2 count. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Braves lead it by 1. Still have 3 innings to go defensively. So you'd love to get some insurance. The 2-2. Kicks and fires. Swing. Just got a piece of it. Hit like a stitch off that ball or something to spin it out of the glove. Bart. Two-two. Rainey about to throw his 19th pitch of the afternoon. Comes set, kicks and brings it. Swing and a miss. Slider chased it. Strike 3. That'll end the inning. Braves go scoreless once again. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. Get up and stretch. Now they're putting the kiss of death on Pierce Johnson on the Braves television cast. The first pitch on the way. The curveball right there at the knees. It's 0-1. He's got 26 consecutive batters. Third in Braves history. Behind Joy Ritchie in 67 and Iglesias last year. The 0-1. Slider down and away. 1-1 count. It's really comical. Today I saw that there was an article in the AJC by Toscano questioning whether or not they should stick with eyeglasses as the closer. The 1-1. That ball's ripped into center off the wall, and just like that, the kiss of death, it's going to be a leadoff double. Nobody out here in the 7th. Great job, FanDuel. Why would you ever put that stat up there until after the inning, right? Like after the inning, then you put it up there. 1 on, nobody out, and the tying run just 180 feet away. Triolo, the number 9 hitter, steps to the dish. First pitch on the way. Drops a bunt, bangs it off himself. It's 0-1. Trying to get him over with Cruz standing on deck. Knowing that if I'm Pierce Johnson, I'm throwing a fastball. I'm not throwing that curveball. That curveball's too easy to bunt. I'm throwing that 90-plus fastball now and challenging him. The 0-1. Another curveball. For a strike, but Bobo the Clown behind home plate, otherwise known as Clint Vondrick, misses the call. It's 1-1. 100% of that ball hit the strike zone, and he missed it. Not to mention the fact that the batter missed it. He offered at it. The 1-1, pops it up. Easy catch by Pierce Johnson. Runner at second will go diving back into it. He's safe, 1 away. I just noticed after that pitch that was not called a strike, Pierce Johnson did a double take and look back at home plate umpire Vondrick. Like, what are you, on horse? And they're going to go take him out of the game. They're going to go get the left-hander. My guess would be Dylan Lee to face Cruz. We'll see what happens when we come back. Braves clinging to a 1-run lead in the bottom of the 7th.
So there's a 99% chance I might end up on the watch list after this, but I don't give a damn. Look at this. So I found this missing dog. Don't worry, I'm going to return him. I'm not totally crazy. But he's going hiking with me first, and I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. It's been my dream to have a husky. Let me have my moment.
Gen X Hotline, what do you want?
My kids are saying they're bored. What do I do?
Okay, kids are bored. Yes, okay, so tell them to go play in traffic.
But they're not allowed in the street.
Have a good day.
What?
Armchair. Look, I am a 10. I mean, I might be like 2 5s being held together by like and giggles and stuff, but I'm a 10. Perspective. Hello. No matter how you got to the 10, it's still 10.
Here's what you do, okay? When you're in a situation where you're going to say, let me talk to the brass to see where we are as a team. When you're getting paid $43 million, you better be Sandy Koufax. That's who you better be.
On the evening of May 24th, 1935, Larry McPhail, general manager of the Cincinnati Reds, arranged for President Franklin D. Roosevelt to push a button in the White House that lit up Crosley Field in Cincinnati for a game between the Reds and the Philadelphia Phillies. Although the Kansas City Monarchs had used portable lights for years, this was the first night game in Major League history. The other owners were appalled. They were sure no one would come. Then they saw the money McPhail was beginning to make.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. It will be Dylan Lee versus O'Neal Cruz. Shadows are still in between home and the pitcher's mound. First pitch on the way. Slider swing and a miss. It's 0-1. It's about to reach the pitcher's mound. Just a heads up on that conversation. I don't know if you were saying that sarcastically or not, Swipe, but it did make me laugh. You cannot trade draft picks in Major League Baseball. The slider, swing and a miss, it's 0-2. You can trade compensatory picks, but it has to be approved by the league office. So typically, none are able to be. But you can't do it in general because they wanted to prevent tanking and accumulating a bunch of draft picks, et cetera, et cetera. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Big strikeout by Lee, 2 away. I think you would see a lot more trading if you could do that. Because think about it, the trade deadline, when a team who wants to rebuild and start tanking, let's say a team like Pittsburgh or whatever, and they want to send a guy like Cruz or whoever off to the promised land as the first pitch on the way, slider in the dirt, it's 1-0. You would see a lot more trading from the bottom of the league, and you'd probably see a quicker rebuild, but it has to do with the players' union being against it. I don't necessarily agree with it, but that's their philosophy. The 1-0. Right there, teardrop slider at the knees. It's 1-1. And I can see the argument on both sides of it, don't get me wrong, but to me, if you want to level the playing field for these low market teams, opening up trading draft picks would be huge. The 1-1, swing, chops it foul, it's 1-2. What the players union is arguing, and I get their argument, I just don't necessarily agree with it. They're saying that if you did that, teams would just start tanking left and right. No one would spend during the free agency, and you'd have a couple of super teams that would only spend, and the rest would be trying to tank. And all I could think of is, isn't that what we just had? Didn't we just have basically the Dodgers scooping up every single free agent? No one else doing anything else other than the Mets grabbing Soto? The 1-2. Slider misses, 2-2. Two count. Reynolds, right-hander, facing Lee, the left-hander. Runner at second, the pitch. Try to get and chase that slider down and away. Full count now. Nationals have made it a 2-run lead, or 2-run game. It's 4-2 St. Louis in the 8th. We'll see the Nationals on Monday through Thursday this week. The payoff pitch. Caught, looking, strike 3. Got him on the other edge. Reynolds doesn't like it. That one actually did hit the zone. That'll end the inning. We head to the 8th. Let's get some freaking insurance, Braves country. This is ridiculous.
I wish I could say the D word.
What'd you say?
I said I wish I could say the D word.
Okay, I hate to ask, but what is the D word?
Will I get in trouble if I say it?
Well, I don't know if you're going to get in trouble because I don't know what you think the D word is.
So can I say it?
All right, just say it so I know what you're talking about. Maybe I shouldn't have asked.
How could it be moose for 1 and then moose for 3 or 4? That don't make no sense.
Okay. You've never heard meese. You've never heard somebody refer to moose as meese. You've never heard that. Have you ever heard that?
Well, first of all, we live in L.A. Ain't no meese out here.
Larry McPhail was a banker's hard-drinking son, a born promoter, impatient with tradition, desperate to find new ways to boost attendance and rescue his club from bankruptcy in the midst of the Depression. And he hired a young Southerner named Walter Barber, who had never even seen a major league game, to do the play-by-play.
Anything new has to establish itself and gain its own credentials. When radio came along, some of the entrenched conservative owners said, wait a minute, why give away something that you're trying to sell for your living, to try and keep your enterprise afloat? And especially on days of threatening weather, when people would say, well, it looks like it may rain, I'll just listen to the radio and I won't go. They did not realize at that time that it would be creating new fans, that it would be making families of fans. Before radio, by and large, the people who came into a ballpark were men. Once radio came along and came into the homes, women began to understand the game. They didn't have to have somebody explain it to them. The play-by-play broadcaster was doing it. And attendance visibly went up when you had families coming instead of single members of the family. Radio made new fans.
Oh, man, it couldn't be a nicer afternoon. This is the one we've been waiting for. In baseball, it like there's no more measles and free tickets to the circus.
Top of the 8th we go. Your Atlanta Braves, as Tommy Pham is checked into the game for the Pittsburgh Pirates, out in left field. Atlanta Braves will lead it off with Marcell Ozuna. Bednar, who we saw last night, very sharp outing, stands in. First pitch on the way from David Bednar is a curveball. This is outside. It's 1-0. I think I see now why. It looks like, is that Brian Reynolds that got kicked out? Is the 1-0? Smacks the outside. For a strike, it's 1-1. That is what happened. Brian Reynolds, he was the batter that was caught looking on the last pitch of the 7th inning is the 1-1. Swing, lifts it high into center field, drifting back on the track, making the catch at the wall is O'Neal Cruz for a loud out number 1. That's the second one that Ozuna's almost taken out of here today. The pitch was a strike, but whether it was that pitch or one of the other ones earlier in the at-bat, when Reynolds went back out to the outfield, he started arguing once again and eventually got tossed. First pitch on the way to Matt Olson, who's got a home run today. Misses inside for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Hanging curveball on the outer edge. Grabs the strike zone. Makes it 1-1. So Pham has gone to right field. Canario to left. The 1-1. Down and away. 2-1. That's an advantage for Atlanta if you can play it off that area, because Tommy Pham hasn't been a traditional right fielder in quite some time. He's pretty much left field nowadays. He doesn't have quite the arm strength. It's the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Curveball outer edge to him, too. It's not that he won't know how to play the angle. It's more of his range and his arm strength. Looks like the Braves have Montero warming up in the bullpen to spell the 8th. The 2-2. Lifted high into right field. Going back on the track, making the catch at the wall is Pham with the sun in his eyes. 2 down. Gave that one a ride. That's 2 pitches that almost left the building for the Braves in 2 at-bats on this 8th inning. Both of them fall about 2 to 3 feet short of the wall. Both with plenty of carry and plenty of air underneath them, just didn't have enough distance. Ozzie Albies your batter, righty-lefty. Hanging curve off the edge, it's 1-0. Righty-lefty open stance from the left side for Oz. Swing and a miss, blew 97 right by him, 1-1. Standing on deck is Sean Murphy. Harris in the hole if they could keep the line moving. 1-1. Chops it off the plate, it's 1-2. One-two count. Pitch to Ozzie. Jeez, swung it at one below home plate. Strike 3. Another. Oh, the ball gets away. They go to flip it to first, and the ball gets away. Ozzie was Cadillacing it down towards first. It had nothing to do with his hustle. It was just a bad throw and even a worse attempt to catch the ball by Gorski. So maybe That'll put some life into the Braves. The ball got away, and Ozzie just kind of lightly jogged down to first. The whole team was walking off the field in a low throw and kind of in between hop that Gorski wasn't able to scoop up out of the dirt, and it got away just far enough for Ozzie to reach first. So here's Sean Murphy, first pitch. Curveball at the knees, it's 0-1. Murphy has walked, been hit by a pitch, and doubled to left. The 0-1. Swing. Chases a fastball high and out of the zone. It's 0-2. Oh-2 count. Braves 2, Pirates 1. Top of the 8th, the 0-2. Tried to get him to chase that curveball down and away. 1-2. The 1-2. Flips it over to first to keep Ozzie close by. Bednar comes set. The 1-2 pitch. Caught looking, strike 3. If nothing else, we cleared Smurf's bat. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Tell me one thing that you trust more than President.
Gas station sushi, Somalian cruise line, prostate exam from Captain Hook, Helen Keller flying a plane, a mechanic who tells me my blinker fluid is low, breast milk from Bruce Jenner, a mixed drink from Bill Cosby, a blood transfusion from Charlie Sheen, carpooling with John F. Kennedy, going to the theater with Abe Lincoln, a girl who says, "I'm fine," and a rattlesnake with a "pet me" sign.
Hey, yo, this message is for Apple. That new update that y'all made me do show people pictures when they call you. And now my girl know who Waffle House is. I'm probably finna get put out when I get home. Apple, the fizz, bro.
Please help us understand, you did last time, why it ain't meese for plural moose.
I do not know why they created it that way. I cannot explain it because I didn't create it.
The scholar.
Yeah. Okay, so look, help me understand. Mouse, mice. House, heist.
Yeah, that's right. Heist.
It's heist.
So you saying that's wrong too?
House and heist.
It's supposed to be house for 1 and heist for 2 or 3.
Yeah. Heist is not even a... Have you ever heard somebody say something about a whole bunch of heists?
In 1938, MacPhail left Cincinnati and moved to New York to take over the Brooklyn Dodgers. He brought Red Barber with him.
No one ever came up with the expressions that Red Barber had. And so what he brought to New York, to the metropolitan area, was that country flavor that they were not familiar with at all. And so he became part of the language. I mean, there were just a million of them. Suddenly say, I wonder what that looks like when somebody leaps up against the wall or dives headfirst into second or bowls over the catcher. So they would come out to see what they had been listening.
Right field, back goes Ripple, and he can't get it at the homer. A mighty smack squarely out over right field.
Bottom of the 8th we go, clinging to a 1-run lead. This is Braves baseball in 2025. It will be Montero here in the 8th. First pitch on the way, 96. Grabs the outer edge. For a strike, it's 0-1. Wonder, does that mean they're giving Iglesias the day off? Because typically Daysbull would be right here. It's the 0-1. Down and away, 1-1. And so my guess would be one or the other were not available today. And considering the workload, you would think it's Iglesias, but you never know. The 1-1 swing, hits it hard on the ground over to third. Riley's got it, fires it over to first. And it's a 5-3 put out to start the 8th. Montero has pitched pretty well, but his last outing was a little shaky. But all in all, you got to be happy with what you got off. Have gotten off him so far, considering we got him basically off the scrap heap from Houston. First pitch, 95. Up top for a strike, it's 0-1. Bart, who is 3 for 3, stands in. 3 singles and an RBI. The 0-1. Splitter says it misses. Looked like it hit the zone. Another look at it, it definitely did. But the count remains 1-1. 1-1 count. Splitter misses outside wide, 2-1. That screen is a touch behind. We're going to try to clean it up for you real quick. As soon as it refreshes, we will be back. The 2-1 from Montero. Swing and a miss. Splitter chased that one. 2-2. 2-2 count. Standing on deck is Hayes. Montero comes set. The pitch. Swing. Dribbles it through the infield for a base hit. Into right field. Just past the shift. You know, that was 3 consecutive pitches off the edge to a right-hand batter. Once again, why are you putting a shift on if you're going to pitch to that side of the plate? Really doesn't make any sense. They're going to send Bart to the bench. Bay will pinch run for him. Montero flips it over to first to keep him close by. Jung Ho Bay. But I've never understood that philosophy. If you're going to have a shift on, pitch to the shift. Pitch on the way. Splitter up top for a strike. It's 0-1. Runner faked like he was going, but it was just a bluff. The 0-1. And I'm not saying you can't throw out there at all, but to throw 3 consecutive pitches out there, the 0-1. Down and away, 1-1. So one of 2 things is true. It's either Smurf not realizing how he needs to call the game, or Montero not hitting his spots, but they were set up out there. The 1-1, runner goes, terrible throw. He'll steal second with ease. And the tying run is in scoring position. That throw was way high out of the zone. He got a pretty good jump, not a great jump. He's got very good speed, but the throw was far left of the bag towards the shortstop side, and Ozzie had to leap just to make sure it didn't go to the outfield. The 2-1 count. Splitter down and in. 3-1. Braves cling to a 1-run lead. Gorski on deck. Frazier in the hole. The 3-1. Splitter right down the pipe, taken all the way, full count. Full count to Hayes. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Pitch, swing, hits it up the middle. Allen will get to it, flips it over to first. High throw, great grab by Olson. He'll tag Hayes on the letters, 2 down. On the play, Bay makes it down to third, but there are 2 away. So a great defensive play by Matt Olson. Nick Allen rushed the throw and threw it high. Thankfully, Olson stuck his glove down to hit the runner as he went by. Dangerous spot, too, though, because he could have easily jammed his wrist right there. That'll be it for Montero, and Daysville will come out of the pen. So, see where this leads. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. Just a one-run lead here in the bottom of the 8th.
Mouse, mice, right? House, heist. It makes sense, man. You right,
No,
bro.
you all are making up words. These words you've never heard. Like, just because it rhymes doesn't make it a word. Like, listen, like, I don't understand. Like, we went to the same school. I don't know where we missed each other and how the lines across. I don't know what happened. But listen, that's not a word. It's just house.
So it's okay for you to make up words, but we can't.
I'm not making up words. Look, I'm done, bro. Trying to help y'all grow, man. You teaching 5-year-olds me. I'm scared for our future.
It's very important that when you get in the batter's box to prepare to hit a baseball, you're fearless. You can't be scared of getting hit with the ball. If you're scared of getting hit with the ball, if you're back on your heels and a scout's watching in the stands, he's going to put a big X down by your name. It means you have no chance of ever becoming a baseball player. So don't be scared of getting hit with the ball. Look at it like this. If you get hit with the ball, you get to go to first base. That makes it faster to get around the home and score a run. So we're not scared. We're in the batter's box. Now, the next thing, we got to get a stance that feels comfortable to us. Don't try to copy my stance, or don't copy George Brett's stance or Wade Boggs' stance or Mike Schmidt's stance. Get the stance that's comfortable to you. I just happen to have a stance that's pretty well spread out because I hit off my back foot. And don't worry about how you stand or how you look. And I don't hit the ball on the plate. If I hit it over the plate, that's a foul ball. So you hit the ball out in front of the plate, 8 inches out in front of the plate. You have to hit the ball out in front in order to hit a fair ball.
My first memory of baseball is radio, listening on the car radio to Red Barber talking from Ebbets Field in Brook.
Daysville Hernandez come on to try to get that last important out here in the 8th. Tying run 90 feet away with good speed. First pitch on the way. Bust a nice slider on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Slider. It's 0-2. Gorski with the single in the 6th. He's 1 for 3. The 0-2. Swing. Chopper over towards third. Riley's going to have to hurry. He's not going to get it. Terrible throw. Off into right field. Good Lord. Game is tied. That was going to be a tough play. Riley just trying to go all out because he knew if he didn't get him, the run was going to score. But it did put the go-ahead run in tying into scoring position, excuse me. It was a high chopper. Gorski runs very well for a first baseman. By the time Riley got it and let go of it, Gorski was through the bag. He should have just held on to it. So, Braves trail, or excuse me, Braves tied 2-2. Gorski with the go-ahead run at 8. They're going to walk Frazier. To get to Canario. So 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. First pitch on the way. 99 misses the zone. It's 1-0. Feels like you're trailing. I guess what I had in my head because the offense has just been so terrible. The 1-0, 2-0. Looking ahead to the 9th, you're going to have Harris, Eli, and Allen. Braves trying to keep it right here. The 2-0, 3-0. He is nowhere near the zone. Daysville Hernandez, wild as usual. It's really dicey to put in these late inning situations. 4th pitch, 4th ball. He'll load the bases and 2 outs. So that strategy backfired. You got the bases juiced. 2 outs. And Triolo coming to the plate. Sean Murphy coming out there to talk to him. We'll reset the screen while he's doing that. Smurf trots back behind the plate. The bases are loaded, nowhere to put the batter. Intentionally walked the man on second. Unintentionally walked the man on first. Here's the pitch, nowhere near the zone. 1-0. If you're Triolo, I think you got to wait for Hernandez to find the strike zone. He's thrown 7 pitches. 1-0, right there for a strike. 1-1. And that is the first strike outside of the swinging bunt that tied the game. 1-1 count. Swing, pops it up. Should end the inning. Fighting that sun is Ozzie. He'll make the catch, and that'll end the inning. But not before Hernandez coughs up the tying run. Will head to the top of the 9th. 2-2 in Pittsburgh.
It's a matrix of like finding a woman. You only get to pick 2. So you've got the triangle. You've got hot at the top. Yep. You've got sane, and then you've got single. Yeah. Okay. You only get to pick 2. Okay. So basically, if she's hot and she's sane, then she's definitely not single. If she's hot and she's single, she's definitely not sane.
I agree with this. This is the best matrix I've ever seen.
And if she's sane and she's single, well, she's definitely not hot.
I'll get to the bottom of this. Yeah. All right. Well, what was the name on the order? Spider-Man. That's very clever. Yeah.
Ask him how it's possible for him to talk to you through a cut phone wire.
How is it possible for you to talk to me through a cut phone?
Holy. Dennis is Spider-Man.
No one is Spider-Man.
Dad?
Yep.
It's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
You got anything to say?
What? Yeah, I said it already. Happy birthday. What do you want?
Well, okay. Am I getting any gifts?
I don't know. That's Mom's department, not mine.
Do I at least get the day off?
Nobody gets a day off on their birthday. You gotta work.
You get the day off when your
My birthday's on Christmas. Everybody gets the day off.
Including you.
Including me, yeah.
Look, so wait, so you don't know if I got any gifts.
Okay, let's talk about not what you're getting. Let's talk about what you're not getting. You're not getting kicked out of the house. You don't gotta turn in your cell phone. You don't gotta start paying for your own car insurance today. Let's be thankful of what's not happening to you. And move along. Happy birthday.
What an 18th, am I right?
Yep.
The road may come to an end here, Gehrig wrote his wife. Seems like our backs are to the wall, but there usually comes a way out. Where and what, I know not.
For the past 2 weeks, you've been reading about a bad brag. That I might have been given a bad break, but I've got an awful lot to live for.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio with Mac McGee, the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Closer for the Pirates, who the Braves got to last night, Dennis Santana comes on. Righty-lefty matchup, first pitch on the way to Harris. It's a bending slider, belt high for a strike. It's 0-1. Definitely one you want to pound. The 0-1. Swings at that slider, down around his ankles. It's 0-2. Oh, 2 count. Braves and Pirates tied at 2, bottom 9. Pitch on the way. Slider down and in. 1-2. Standing on deck is Eli White. Nick Allen would be in the hole unless they decide to pinch hit again for him. The 1-2. Swing, chops it. Down the first base side, but foul. Do it again. And Drake Baldwin does have a batting helmet on, so that tells you something. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Chase one well high out of the zone, right around his eyeballs, went away. They keep pinch hitting for Nick Allen. They ought to think about pinch hitting for some of these other guys, to be honest with you. Eli White will come to the plate. First pitch to Eli. Down and away. 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. The 1-0. Swing. Dribbles it to third. 5-3 put out. 2 down. Quickly 2 away, top of the 9th, and Drake Baldwin will step in. I don't know if I'm doing this at this point. I think I leave Nick Allen to bat. That way, if it goes to extra innings, he is your ghost runner. If he gets on here, you can always put a little hit and run on with him and Verdugo. But maybe Drake will get a hanger and can slam one. First pitch to Drake. Swing, fouls it straight back. It's 0-1. I just hate the idea of taking Allen out of the game with 2 outs and nobody on. It seems like you're kind of grasping at straws. But you never know, I guess. The 0-1. 95 up top, 0-2. Drake will call his timeout. The 0-2, swing, dribbles it to first, and that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3, we go down in order once again. Bottom of the 9th we go, the Buccos ready to walk off the Braves here in the 9th inning.
There are 5 Little Debbie snacks they no longer make that they need to bring back. Debbie, I hope you're watching this. Number 5 is orange cream cakes. This was like summertime in a box. Taking a bite of one of these was just like eating an orange creamsicle, except it didn't melt all over you and make you look like Garfield. Number 4 is the Little Debbie crackers. I don't think Debbie had anything to do with this one. I think Oreo knew that when she did this, and she did it really well, she was coming for them next. I'm on to you, Nabisco. Number 3 is the Boston cream rolls. These were delicious, but they suffered some branding issues. See, this is the South. Little Debbie's a Southern thing, and nobody wants Boston anything. So just change the name, Debbie. Bring them back and make them the Biloxi cream rolls. Oh no, that's a bad idea. Number 2 are the PBJ oatmeal pies. I don't have to explain this to you. Look at this. I don't know why this went away, but it needs to come back because I feel like we are so close to Little Debbie making a fried bologna cookie. Just trust me, it will be delicious. Number 1 hurts because the wound is still fresh. Banana Twins, I don't know where they went. I don't even want to ask because nothing makes sense anymore. I just know that one day I know they'll be reunited because all of the world's greatest foods are at the banquet table in heaven. And I know right by Jesus is probably a box of Banana Twins.
Armchair.
In 1907, Albert Goodwill Spaulding insisted that Abner Doubleday had invented baseball at Cooperstown, New York in 1839. It wasn't true. But on June 12, 1939, the game's dubious centennial, the National Baseball Hall of Fame officially opened its doors in Cooperstown. 12 great figures from the game's past, selected by the Baseball Writers of America, were to be inducted, including Christy Mathewson, who had died in 1925, and Ty Cobb, who refused to appear in the official photograph, just to spite his ancient enemy, Kennesaw Mountain Landis. Babe Ruth waited to make a grand entrance, sweeping in to huge applause just as the band began to play Take Me Out to the Ball Game. He had forgotten his time.
Top of the order for the Pirates, Daysbel Hernandez fires the first pitch. Down and in for a ball, it's 1-0. O'Neill Cruz, the batter. Nobody warming up in the Braves bullpen. 1-0. Slaps the edge for a strike. It's 1-1. Looks like this is his game to win or lose in the 9th, and then if they go to the 10th, they'd probably get somebody up. 1-1's fouled away. 1-2. If the Braves can push it to the 10th inning, this makes it even worse. Orlando Arce will be your ghost runner. The 1-2 fouls it away. Got a piece of Murphy. What makes it even worse on that is Baldwin's already been used, so he gets hurt. What do you do there? One-two count. Slider in the dirt, 2-2. The 2-2 to O'Neal Cruz. Swing! Rips it foul. Down the line. Out of play into the upper deck. Do it again, 2-2. Cruz is 0 for 4 but leads the team in home runs. Daysbull, his 17th pitch of the day. Nowhere near the zone, full count. That ball went out to the pitch out territory. Full count. Pitch. Down and in, ball 4. So he'll head down to first as the winning run. Hernandez. He's 18 pitches in. And, not for nothing, it's first pitch on the way, nowhere near the zone. High and inside, it's 1-0. Game is on the line, and you got a guy who's reaching around 20 pitches. A, doesn't go long very often, and B, he's not in the best of shape. So I don't know how much stamina he's going to have out there. You'd love a double play. The 1-0. Takes a long turn and flips it over to first. So fatigue has got to be a factor as Tommy Pham digs in. 1-0. Swing, chops it foul. 1-1. The only good thing is here you got a guy who's coming in that hasn't, and Tommy Pham that hasn't swung the bat yet. So you got an advantage there if you're Hernandez. You're hoping to grab someone cold and get him off his game. Another flip over to first, and now he's got no moves left. If he goes over there again, he's got to get him. The 1-1. Inside. Well inside. 2-1. O'Neal Cruz took a huge jump and then came back to first. The 2-1. Nowhere near the zone. He's going to fire it over to first to try to keep the runner close behind, but he'll easily be under the throw, and it's 3-1. So nobody's warming up in the pen, and Daysbull Hernandez can't find the zone. Braves and Pirates tied at 2. 3-1, misses, ball 4. So he walks his first 2 batters, and once again, nobody's warming up in the pen. It's almost like Snickers over there waving the white flag. And there's quite a few guys who have not pitched in a few days. Cruz, he was limping there for a second. I don't know if he was just kneeling down or if he was actually limping. Kranitz is going to go out there and talk to Hernandez. I guess Cruz is okay. He's over there laughing with Arcia at second. And what is Kranitz telling him, do you think? All right, so we've hung you out to dry here, man. I know you're out of gas, and you can't find the strike zone. You're probably dizzy as hell. But, yeah, good luck. All right. Hopefully this next pitch is a triple play and we'll get out of this. Starting to think that Kranitz and Snicker have dinner plans early this evening. There is nothing going on in the Braves bullpen. And I mean nothing. And there are so many guys who've not pitched in a couple of days down there. You could get anybody up to try to help him out. First pitch, nowhere near the zone, ball one. He might walk the whole thing around and walk in a run. He can't buy a strike right now. 1-0 to Kutch. Called for a strike on the inside cut, and I'll tell you what, that's a very generous strike. We'll take it. It's 1-1. It did not hit the zone. It was about 2 inches inside. The 1-1. Swing, chops it over to short. Ozzie will grab the feed from Arcia, and he'll flip it to first. And it's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. But the runner does move down 90 feet. So any kind of error or wild pitch, or remember last inning where it was just a Baltimore chopper, would score the run. It almost makes it to the point where Riley's not going to be able to play a traditional deep third. He's going to have to come in a little bit because you can't have a slow chopper beat it out. First pitch on the way. That ball's banged on the ground over to short, and Arcia is going to fire it over to first, and a 6-3 putout will send us to extra innings. Arcia better loosen up them limbs. He's pinch running when we return. Or ghost running, I should say.
What are you looking at, you dirty old skank? What are you looking at, Popeye? What are you looking at, you piece of road trash? What are you looking at? Jeez, I can smell you from over here. What are you looking at me for? I'm not a bottle of Jim Beam.
Hey, Braves Country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
Went to the WNBA Finals in Brooklyn.
Where'd you sit?
Get 100 levels. Like the lower levels? That's the lower.
Okay. What did you do with the rest of your $20?
It measures just 9 inches in circumference, weighs only about 5 ounces, and is made of cork wound with woolen yarn covered with 2 layers of cowhide and stitched by hand precisely 216 times. It travels 60 feet 6 inches from the pitcher's mound to home, and it can cover that distance at nearly 100 miles an hour. Along the way, it can be made to twist, spin, curve, wobble, rise, or fall away. The bat is made of turned ash, less than 42 inches long, not more than 2 3/4 inches in diameter. The batter has only a few thousandths of a second to decide to hit the ball. And yet the men who fail 7 times out of 10 are considered the game's greatest heroes.
So Luke Williams will come in to pinch run. For obvious reasons, Arcia does not have much speed, and Luke can play shortstop. He's not quite as manicured at shortstop as Allen or Arcia is, but he can play it at a decent rate. Caleb Ferguson is going to be the reliever coming in, lefty-lefty matchup. Luke Williams standing at second. Here's the first pitch to Verdugo. Pitch misses outside wide. It's 1-0. 1-0. This will be the 3rd extra innings game for the Braves in 5 days. 1-0. Whoa, that ball hits him. Is he okay? That ball came in and got him. Sinker up top. No intent there. Obviously, you don't want to put the runner on. See where it got him. I might have just gotten him in the chest. I know that sounds a little crass, but you don't want him getting hit in the hand. Yeah, that's where it got him. Got him in the right chest plate. He seems to be okay. Thankfully, it didn't get him like in the collarbone or something. Last thing you need to do is lose that man's bat. He hasn't had a good day today, but he's really made a difference in this lineup. First pitch on the way to Riley is up high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. 1-0. Thank you for the overtime pay, Hellion. 1-0 to Riley. Swing! That ball's rifled foul down the line. 1-1. A hanging bender. Riley almost timed that up perfectly. 1-1 count. Riley comes setting his stance. First and second, nobody out. The pitch, swing, chops it up the middle, and it's going to be a 4-3 double play. So just like that. The Braves rally may have come to a screeching halt. Luke Williams did make it third. You're going to need a base hit or something here. As the catcher, Davis, who's now behind the plays, out there to talk to Ferguson, they are going to walk. Thank you, James. They are going to walk Ozuna to get to Olson. But remember, Olson hit a home run earlier. But what they're trying to do is set up that lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way from Ferguson. Swung on and fouled back out of play. Sinker in on the hands. It's 0-1. Olson hit one over the track earlier. He's 1 for 4. And Stuart Fairchild's going to run for Ozuna. So we're running out of bodies here. The 0-1. This is like the series finale on MASH. We're running out of bodies. The 0-1, down and away, 1-1. 1-1 count. Fairchild on first. I wonder if they may send him. Pitch on the way. Swing. Pops it up. High in the center. That'll be an out. That'll end the inning as O'Neal Cruz squeezes it, and we'll head to the bottom of the 10th. Had a perfect scenario set up and spit the bit. We head to the bottom of the 10th. 2-2 here in Pittsburgh.
Yo. Hey, I got some news, bro. Katie is no longer my girlfriend. Oh, thank God. I hated that. What the Jeff? I was gonna say she's not my girlfriend, man. She's my fiance. Hi, Katie. Congrats, guys.
Armchair.
Satchel Paige always thought he was the greatest pitcher in the world, and Josh Gibson thought he was the greatest hitter in the world, and we did too. And Satchel and Josh in this World Series ball game, Satchel pitching, and we got a ball game won. The Kansas City Monarchs with 2 out in the 9th inning. First place hitter, he tripped on Satchel. We got 2 outs, so that didn't bother us any at all. So Satchel called me, he said, come in. I said, what do you want, Satchel? He said, let me tell you what I'm thinking to do. He said, I'm going to walk Howard Easterland. I'm going to walk Buck Leonard. I'm going to pitch to Josh Gibson. I said, man, don't be facetious. He said, that's what I'm going to do. I said, time. I called the manager, who was Frank Duncan. I said, Frank, you got to listen to what Satchel said. And so Satchel told him what was going to happen. Now, when he was walking Buck, Josh was in the circle. He talking to Josh all the time. Said, Josh, do you remember the day? Told you that one day we were going to meet and we were going to see who was the best. He said, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Satchel said, all right, said, now it's the time to prove this thing. So when Josh comes up to the bat, listen, let me tell you what this man did. He said, now I'm ready. So I'm going to throw you some fastball. I'm going to throw you a fastball, belt high, boom. Strike one. Josh didn't move the bat. He said, now, I'm going to show you another fastball. Boom. Strike two. He said, now, Josh, I've got you 2 strikes and no balls. You know, in this situation, I'm supposed to knock you down, you know, brush your back. He said, but I'm not going to throw any smoke at your yoke. I'm going to throw a pea at your knee. Boom. Strike 3. And when he struck him out and he walked off the field and walked by me and said, you know, nobody hit Satchel.
Scotty B coming on to pitch. First pitch bunted over to first base. Olson will tag him on the chest, and they move the go-ahead runner over to, or the winning runner over to third with 1 down. That's how you do baseball right there. Good bunt. That'll bring Gorski and the infield drawn in. Righty-righty matchup. Scotty B. Chopper over to third. Riley comes home. He'll tag him. Good tag by Smurf. Wasn't a great throw by Riley, but he got it there in plenty of time, giving Smurf a chance to regain his balance and smack him on the chest. I don't think it would have made much of a difference, but I believe the runner was trying to avoid the bat. Davis was trying to avoid the bat that was coming down, and he took a weird path home. I think he would have been out regardless. 1 on, 2 outs. 94-mile-an-hour fastball up there to Adam Frazier. It's 0-1. Frazier 0 for 3. He had a close call that almost left the yard. The 0-1 swing lifts it into center field, and that's down for a base hit. So the winning run will get to second base into scoring position. And now you've got Canario coming to the plate. He's 1 for 3. The strikeout, a flyout, a double, and a walk. First and second, 2 outs, but really the only runner that matters is the man standing on second. He is the winning run. But you do have a force at second and first and third. First pitch swinging, lifted high into right, and Eli White will make the catch, and that'll end the inning. Man, I'm starting to think Tim Heyer might be over there teaching these Pittsburgh batters how to hit, because that looked like Braves offense all the way. We'll be back in a flash. I ain't sorry. Here on Braves Country.
You know, I'll never make fun of socially awkward men because I, too, am socially awkward around girls for some reason. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I want to be your friend so bad that my brain just, like, locks up. Like, today, this girl, I was like, you're so pretty. She's like, oh, my God, you are too. And I was like, wow, she's, like, really nice. And then I was just so happy thinking about it, and I just wasn't thinking. And I took out a curb pulling out of the gas station, and I skimmed up the side of a stop sign.
Pro marriage tip. When your wife makes you something to eat, and it's not that good, just explain to her in detail how your mother would make it, and then she'll strive to be more like your mom, and that way you can train her well. That it was kind of dry.
Dad, can you help me with that?
Your mother already told you what to do. This is just your DMV paperwork in your car.
Send them the money without all the forms?
No, the forms, you have to send the forms. It's like going to the bathroom. The job's not done till the paperwork's finished.
One is baseball, and the other is opera. Fortunately enough, they fall in different seasons. Opera is in the winter, and baseball is in the summer. And people ask me, how can you like both? They are different. And I say, oh no, they are exactly the same thing. Opera is an epiphanic art. Now, you go to a baseball game and observe what happens in a baseball game many times. The pitcher has the ball, and then suddenly he hits the ball, and that is the epiphany. It's a show forth. Everything comes at that time. It's a moment of great action, and I find the similarity right there. So for me, I say this, when I retired, I would get a part-time job in a baseball stadium in the summer and then in an opera house in the winter, and that'd be heaven for me.
Welcome back. We better get this game in pretty quick. We're getting some bad storms around here. I might lose you. Sugar is coming in. Braves got to him last night. First pitch on the way is bang foul down the first base line. It's 0-1. Ozzie Albies will be followed by Smurf and Harris, with Olson standing at second. The 0-1 swing, chops it foul. 0-2. You'd hope Ozzie could at least drag the ball over towards the first base area to move the runner to third. Don't just give the at-bat away. The 0-2. Misses high, 1-2. You already got him on and got him over. You just got to get him over one more time to get him in. 1-2 count. Pitch on the way. Swing, slices it foul. Chase went out of the zone, but kept the at-bat alive. It's 1-2. One-two count. Pitch to the whiz. Swing. Chops it foul. First base side towards the dugout. Just past the dugout near the tarps. Ozzie 0 for 4, dropping his batting average all the way down to 219. And a 620 OPS. The 1-2. Outside wide 2-2. Two count. The pitch, swing, drags it over to second, so Olson will get over to third with one out. Ozzie got the job done. He would have loved a base hit there, but honestly, that's where it's at. I put it in the chat a little while ago, and I was right. O'Neal Cruz was favoring that leg, and they've pulled him from the game. Peguero is out in short now, and playing center field is Gorski. First pitch on the way to Smurf is inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Infield is in. The 1-0 to Smurf. Inside almost gets him. 2-0. Back-to-back pitches almost identical. Two splitters that almost got him in the left shoulder. He's already been hit there once today. The 2-0. Drag over to short. Lazy swing. Lazy dribbler. 6-3 put out, and the infield can now move back. Terrible at bat by Smurf. You got a 2-0 count, and he reached for one that he pulled on the outside part of the plate. You just can no longer defend putting those two in the middle of the lineup anymore. Michael Harris will get automatically walked to face Eli White. But Ozzie and Murphy have become just dead spots in the middle of that lineup. You got to try something tomorrow, something different tomorrow. That's all there is to it. First pitch. Well, that ball gets away. Almost gets Eli, and Olson's going to come home. And the Braves have taken a 1-run lead. That ball came dangerously close, not to just hitting Eli's head, which would have been terrible, but it also almost got his bat. And if it gets either one, it's going to be a dead ball, and Olson won't be able to come home to score. Michael goes up to second, and now a base hit would give you a 2-run lead. Righty-righty matchup, the 1-0 in the dirt. 2-0, excuse me. The 2-0. Comes set. Swing, just got a piece of that. The 2-1 count to Eli. Pitch on the way. Sweeper, swing and a miss. 2-2. This offense needs Ronald Acuna Jr. in a hurry. I mean, something to give him a jolt of electricity. The 2-2. Misses high, 3-2. Full count to Eli. Pitch on the way. Down and away, ball 4, so he'll head on down to first. Two on and 2 out. I know we're losing some of y'all on our radio feeds as they're switching over to pick up the national game. If you want to catch the rest of it, go to youtube.com/@BravesCountry. Braves Country Radio on YouTube. First pitch to Luke Williams is down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Henry Davis, the hind catcher, goes out there to talk to Sugar. Frazier meets him on the mound. Probably going over a game plan on how they want to pitch him. First pitch went with the sweeper, and Davis might just be telling him, I don't want to pitch around this guy. He just came up from the minors, and I don't want to just pitch around him because you got the top of the order right after Luke. 1-0 to Luke. Inside, cutter, 1-1. Wouldn't it be great if Luke Williams could get a base hit here? 1-1 count. The pitch. Pops it up. That ain't going to happen. It's going to be an F8 in your scorecard. Making the catch is Piguero, who came on for Cruz, the injured Cruz. We'll be back in a flash. When we come back, Triolo, Piguero, and Pham. The Braves lead it by a run.
I don't know about y'all, but I sure could use some food stamps. I be tired of spending money at the grocery store. Everything's so expensive nowadays. Be aggravating. I just want a little bit of EBT, that's it. Damn. And it seems like every time I go in there, somebody done bought up all the cheap. I can't afford to keep buying this name brand. Damn, can you save some hot spicy cup noodles for me? They gone.
We're not generally comfortable in an office setting, I would say.
I am no good before 11 a.m.
I also get headaches from computers, so I can't be around them for too long.
I take stuff.
I need to have someone go up and down with me in the elevator.
I have a weakness for sweets.
I was talking to my mama today, and she said, my God, it's so hot, the humidity is horrible. And I said, yeah, I know. I feel like a meth pipe on a payday. And she just looked at me, and I was like, no, really, though. I saw 2 crackheads putting copper back in that air conditioning.
During the 1970s and 80s, the war in Vietnam came to an end, and an American president was driven from office in disgrace. The Berlin Wall came down, and the Cold War ended. democratic ideals flourished. By 1970, the national pastime was in trouble. Attendance had not increased for more than 2 decades, and desperate owners tried everything to pump new life into the old game. Nothing worked. Now, the owners' grip on the destinies of the players was finally broken, and as their prospects improved, fans returned to the game. But old loyalties were sometimes forgotten. Now, what happened off the field, greed, scandal, strikes, seemed to overshadow the action on it. And now, as television demanded that most games be played at night, a whole generation of young fans would come of age without ever seeing a World Series game.
Welcome back, Triolo. Coming to the plate, and Sean Murphy immediately calls time to go talk to Scott Blewett. Smurf's got something up his sleeve because he might have seen something going on with the runner down there at second, Canario. Whatever it was, he's back behind home plate. Triolo, the number 9 hitter. First pitch, shows bunt, chops it foul back behind home plate. It's on 1. Scotty B came on Thursday and fired 2 scoreless innings, and the Braves grabbed a 1-run victory against the Reds. He's trying to duplicate that effort today. The 0-1. Brings it, shows bunt, drops it down the third base side. It's going to be an easy 5-4 put out, but on the play, the runner goes down to third, 1 down, so a good bunt. So now Scotty B's going to have to pull out some magic as the infield will be drawn in. Piguero, who is on for Cruz, will be the batter. Righty-righty matchup. Piguero batting 167. Righty-righty matchup to start us off. Here's the pitch. First pitch swinging, pops it up, foul back behind home plate. It's 0-1. You'd love a strikeout here, but any out that doesn't move the runner, we'll take. The 0-1. Scotty with his red glove brings it. Splitter down and in, 1-1. 1-1 count. Braves lead at 3-2. Runner at third. Just 1 out. The pitch. Down and away. 2-1. Standing on deck is Pham, the 2-1. Swing, fouls it away. 2-2. Both teams essentially have a mash unit out there. The injuries and ejections. We're here in the bottom of the 11th. The 2-2. Scotty B comes set. Blew it right by him. Strike 3. Scott blew it right by him. With the bender down below the knees, 2 down. That was probably a touch below the zone, but we'll take it. 2 down, first pitch. 95 up top to Tommy Pham. 95 mile an hour fastball. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Righty-righty, runner at third. 2 outs. Pitch on the way. 96 misses. 1-1. Pham walked his first time up. So he came on for Reynolds, who was ejected. 1-1. 95 smacks the top shelf. 1-2. Pham didn't like it, but that one did actually hit the zone. So he's going fastball, fastball, fastball. The 1-2. Top shelf misses high and out of the zone. Another fastball. Ball 2-2-2. Scotty B with one strike away to get another win for the Braves. 2 in 2 days for Scotty B. The 2-2. Swing. Dribbles it over to second. Ozzy's got it, and he'll flip it over to first. Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win. Whiskey for my men. Beer for my horses. Holy cow, what a game. Three to 2 your final. No post-game show today. We talked about that earlier with the weather coming my way. I don't think I'd be able to do one anyways. We'll go ahead and give the game ball away right here as your Atlanta Braves win another one in extra innings, 3-2. Scott Blewett gets another win. Braves move within one game of 500. We'll go for 500 tomorrow. 1:35 first pitch. Player of the game, game ball, we're going to give it to Scott Blewett. Scotty B has come in the last 2 days and pitched 4 innings of no-run ball when he's had a ghost runner on the base paths every single inning. That's not nothing. He deserves the game ball. Y'all have a great night. Scotty B, blew it right by him, baby. We're a game away from 500, and it's Chris Sale manana. Looks like Neil just gifted someone a membership, so let's go ahead and hit that before we leave. Appreciate everybody spending their Saturday afternoon. We got a jam. Y'all have a great one, Braves country. Braves 3, Pirates 2. But we got the dub.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
It is the American game. That's just what it is. And actually, I can feel like I'm 15 when I'm talking baseball. I'm watching baseball. This is it. It does this. It can do this to any. It brings you back.
Take me out to the bar.